Well, hello everybody and welcome to Don't Make Us Bored, Corndan and Brosentia's variety show. I am Brossentia, just getting everything ready and looking fan-freaking-tastic, maybe. I don't know, we'll see.
Hopefully.
Whoa! Hello there, Corndan! Yeah,
Hello.
I was just telling Corndan earlier, I am slightly a vampire at the moment. I had about a week without iron pills because, I don't know, every once in a while they're like, you don't get any iron pills today because we just didn't give you any. And it's like, come on, I need them. They keep me not vampire-like. And unfortunately, so I am like super tired right now. I need my iron and I need my other stuff that comes with that, and then hopefully, I just had one before stream though. Okay, so we are getting unvampired, and maybe I'm getting umpired. Huh. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I've been teaching something at work and we're going through baseball, so umpires would be appropriate today.
Oh my gosh, that's good. You're doing baseball related stuff at work?
Kinda.
Okay.
I'm using it as a problem for their homework on how to build machine learning models.
You make people at work do homework? Oh no.
Yes. So
Oh,
young
Corndan.
engineers go through a program that we, the experts in various things, do this, and they have arrangements with local universities that counts for college credit. And then my company pays, as the last part of the program, pays for them to get to finish their masters.
Oh, that's so cool, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and say, good job. And also really cool that you get to teach stuff and make people do homework. I did plenty of that while teaching at the university. Yeah.
So they do a lecture a week, right? And then a homework that takes like 10 hours to do.
Good.
And
yeah.
And then the next week somebody else teaches, and then they have new homework and all that fun stuff.
Sweet. I'm really glad that there are various companies that will put on programs like that and essentially help people pay for college as they go through it, you know, because guess what? They end up sometimes getting some really good employees out of it. I mean, it's a benefit for you and it's a benefit for them. It's a win-win, and honestly, it's good to win. Keep winning. Well, everybody, this show doesn't really have any win or lose condition except for the boredom condition. Don't make us bored. It's all about keeping us entertained, and as long as we are enjoying it, we'll go ahead and keep watching whatever people send in. But if we do get bored, we reserve the right to gong them. And when the gong goes off, that means they've been
the
gone.
gong went off. Yeah.
Yeah. That means they have to leave. We don't gong very often unless there's like a really good reason to. As it turns out, Corndan and I have an odd amount of patience.
Infinite levels of patience. Infinite levels of patience, basically.
Yeah. Like, I mean, except for Blasphemous Roar, and that's a different story.
oh no, we'll let Roar do his thing, and then he gets banned.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll unban him at some point in time so he can come back on again. And then we're going to ban him again,
and
right?
Then
That's just how it goes. Again.
Yeah. He lasts 10 minutes, okay? I literally started the timer. Okay, and he had a game that was exactly 10 minutes long, okay? And as it turns out, I was able to gong him before he said time. So that made me extremely happy. Oh, it was a race. It was a race right there, but we gonged him. I got him. What a butt. Okay, with that said, I'm super happy about being here tonight. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for the subs and the followers who are around. But we've got multiple people who are going to be playing a game. At least I think multiple of them are playing a game. We should bring them in.
I don't know if they're multiple playing a game, or multiple people with commentary, and that's fine either way.
I honestly know very little about what's going to be happening here, but I do know that one of our friends, Polk Kitsune, is here. Hello there, Polk.
Hello, everybody.
I see some salty ravens. Tasty.
Takes you a little bit.
It's all right. I'm slightly salted for here. I'm heavily salted in our own channel.
Oh, well, okay,
No,
good. That is always a good sign when you have moderate amounts of salt. I'll go ahead and work on getting this captured, by the way. This should be really, really easy.
I appreciate the 1950s sci-fi aesthetic already.
It is loved it.
It's only
This game
starting.
is fantastic. If you like the old B sci-fi movies from back then, this game's right up your alley. If you're a fan of Mystery Science Theater, this is right up your alley.
Oh yeah.
I have a whole bunch of 1950s B movies on my shelf.
Very nice.
Well, good.
Perfect.
And be a trip.
This is gonna be so good. As I believe I've said to my usual co-host of the games here, the only problem we're gonna have with having so many people here is that we're most likely gonna be talking over all the commentary of there's a bit of a director's cut on this. The commentary is gold and it's genius. You want to hear that.
Yeah, the main reason you play this game isn't for the gameplay. It's to hear the director talk and then smack yourself in the forehead because you listen to him.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, I'm really excited. I'll make sure that I have the volume up, and also I'll try not to talk too much during this because I'm really interested in seeing what this game is all about. I also love B movies. I would say that. Yeah. As soon as you presented this on the Den of Games, I said, and I kept on saying, we have to bring this here. It's right up your alley. It's I would go ahead and say it looks good and it sounds good right now. So, team, how about you introduce yourselves, and whenever you're ready to begin, give me a countdown and I'll start our timer.
Oh boy. All right, well, for us here, we're the games here. I'm Pokitsune here, the one who usually sets things up. We've got Raven, the one who usually talks a whole lot, and, the whole salt and all. And we've got Brand here, our current madman, who thinks that everything is fine in life, including all the horrible stuff we put ourselves through.
Everything is fine. Bad movies, bad games are all great and fun.
It's true.
This is why.
And now
This is why I take happy pills, V. It's because of you.
That's how it goes. Welcome to our usual stuff, and welcome to the Deadly Tower of Monsters.
Real disclaimer. The moment we start this game, the commentary is gonna start.
I mean, just going into the menu, the commentary starts.
Yeah,
Begin.
You're gonna put me through a lot of work of making sure that all of our audio is balanced, and that's fine. I'll go ahead and that's my job, okay? That's what I'm doing here.
And it's going to be my job with everybody here to just shut up and have a good time.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, that's my problem. I need to learn to shut up.
I mean, I can just server mute you. That'll work, right?
Wow.
Oh, absolutely. Like, to be fair, if I don't get server muted by the end of the day, I'll consider it a success.
I would say that, the amount of times I talked for 5 minutes being muted and didn't realize it, a little too much. But that said, I'm ready to begin. Let's get towering.
I am ready to go. So, Polk Raven, wanted to go ahead.
I will do.
Go for it, Polk.
All right, now let's go. And the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Deadly Tower of Monsters.
Okay, now. That movie poster is definitely wrong. How do you explain that one?
Well, it's rather silly. The studio's projections go a bit further than you would think. This one is actually to please the robot demographic.
Oh.
Well,
good.
So there are 3 different movie posters that they show here. There's this one, there's the standard one with the robot carrying the female lead,
Hey, is this
and then
thing
there's
on?
one with the
you
female
hear me
lead
all right?
carrying
Yeah,
the
all
male
good.
lead, or it's the robot carrying the male lead.
All right, we're gonna start
Ooh.
the commentary track now.
All right, into the game. or movie or however you want to
It's
phrase
a
it.
game about the making of a movie. The movie's already made though, so this is like post-edit like commentary.
Indeed.
Hello, Dan Smith here. I directed this film back in, well, it feels like a century ago.
Technically.
The studio asked me to provide a commentary track for the DVD release. And
the hanging
straight
fishing
into the
line.
action. No fluff
Yes.
or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
That's what
Oh, no.
we did back then. Crash-landed ship. Up pops our hero, the fearless Dick Starspeed.
Well, let's go to
Oh,
Gravoria.
All right. Oh,
The
wait.
ship's velocity reactor is damaged. I believe that I am stranded on an alien planet.
All right.
Played, of course,
So
by
before I go too
actor
far,
Jonathan Digby.
something we discovered recently in a stream that was
Minor role.
absolutely
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Such a
on our actual
shame.
channel,
I thought from day
Kestrel,
one, this
the one
guy's
co-host
got
who's not
leading
here
man
today,
written all over his
she was the
face.
one playing, and
You
she
see
has a
that?
habit of running in a circle
I
like
couldn't
that.
get enough of it.
Okay.
Jonathan loved to spin in place. Good at it, too,
Wow.
Right? I mean, did you see that? That's Olympic caliber spinning, if you ask me.
Oh my gosh.
The original comment and everything.
Greetings,
Yup.
citizens of Gravoria. I am Dick Starspeed, and I come in peace.
Probably shouldn't have had Dick draw his weapon when he was talking about peas. Maybe one day we'll go back and CG it into a sandwich or something instead.
Little did the
Just
director
kidding.
know, on Gravoria, sandwiches are horrifically
Stunning
offensive.
choreography.
Uh-oh.
And the extras in those robot suits really knew how to take a punch. No, literally. I told Jonathan not to hold back. Give it all to him. Kick him in the nuts and bolts.
Holy smokes!
And we're falling. I hope people don't get vertigo.
Yeah, put
I
on the
think
3D
we're
glasses.
If I land
I will-
squarely on that grain silo,
I will
should
point out here, this game is on Steam for $15. It
Ooh.
already seems
it's
worth
worth
it.
it.
It goes on. It's gone on sale twice in the past 3 or 4 months for $3.
Ooh,
Even better.
very nice.
Yes, it is 100% like easy buy, easy sell. Pick
I mean,
it
it
up.
is worth
Screenwriting
15.
trick from back in the
But if you
old
see it on
days.
sale,
You put a
definitely pick it
grain
up.
silo or some haystacks down, and
It
it solves
appears
all
some
your
of my equipment was
gravity-related
lost when my
problems.
ship was shot down. But what luck! This high-tech scanner reports that my ray gun is nearby.
I love
Oh,
the
boy.
fact that the lead actor treats all of his voice lines like he's William Shatner on steroids.
So
Yeah.
good.
Oh, it's perfectly on character for the theme.
Yeah,
Oh,
honestly, you need to.
The dinosaurs. You just don't see quality stop motion like this anymore, do you? Someone actually sat there and moved them, frame by frame.
Oh my gosh,
Today,
that is.
it'd be done with computers, but where's the artistry in that?
Yeah, that is stop motion.
indeed,
I
they
mean-
went through all the trouble to make a graphic look for it.
Stop motion dinosaurs of all things. You know, couldn't be the robots, couldn't be anything else. No, it had to be the dinosaurs.
And of course, for the sci-fi movies in the 60s, it had to have dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
Now,
It's the rule.
If the trees here look a little plastic, well, it's because they are. I took
Ah.
them from the set of my last film, Vampire Island 2.
Hey, bro, they did a movie about you.
Letters from science.
I'm a vampire, yeah.
Of the dinosaurs. As news to me, apparently these stegosauruses weren't meat eaters. Must have preferred shellfish
Well-
or something. Wow, how do they know? That's what I say.
Well, I know how. You look at the teeth.
Well,
Like
yeah,
the
but
shape
then-
of the teeth gives you a pretty good indication for how they eat.
look,
Bro, see, that's the academic answer. The real deal here is you look at what it poops.
Well, I mean, if you can see its poop. As it turns out, we don't have much dinosaur poop around these days.
that's true. And if you see stegosauruses, right, you want to avoid that area anyway, because you don't want to be near the thagomizer.
That's true. Thagomizers hurt.
As usual, the local population is defenseless. That's where our heroes.
which I appreciate got named because of the Far Side.
Oh yeah.
Planet of the Apes, here we go. This is a chapter.
You know what? I see in the chat, Derek, just was asking you an interesting question. I legitimately don't know if the narrator is using a generated voice or not.
Threw a lot shooting this film.
You know, it came out in 2016. It's probably a real voice.
When reacting to get it.
Yeah.
He's surprised.
Imagine.
He's what you call a flincher. So I told the stuntman to really just go down on him. It's the only way to get an honest performance. Our props master tried to make the weapons soft, but there's only so much you can do. Lucky for us, Dick's entire body was covered in that spacesuit. That thing was a lifesaver when it came to hiding bruises.
Yeah.
Gold disappears when
It's
Dick touches
pretty bad with the way they made this
scene that
movie.
explained he's actually back to his ship.
The real monster was the director all along.
Was able to
Oh,
walk
absolutely.
around with an infinite amount of gold on him.
Also, I guess trigger warning for very casual mentions of human abuse.
Yeah.
Our first attempt.
Yeah.
Kind of
It
Are
was
you
the
getting
60s.
crispy audio, Corndan?
real age.
Yes, I am.
Same.
No.
But have you
Oof.
tried working with apes?
Right, so issues with the audio.
A little, yeah. It's very crispy coming through. Yeah, which might just be Discord, being Discord.
Yeah, it happens.
You could either try lowering the resolution coming through Discord, or we could just disconnect. I'll disconnect and reconnect real quick. Let's do that real quick. And if needed, you can also try lowering the resolution. Okay. Okay, let's all hop out.
Everybody.
And then let's all hop back in. Do not hop back in until everybody's out. Go, go, go. Okay, I'm back. Ah. Yeah,
Meow.
don't worry, everybody. We're getting there. We're getting there. Did you just meow?
I
Did you
mean,
just
call.
Meow.
It's funny.
Meow?
I was at 720.60, so I dropped it to 720.30.
Okay,
see.
let's give that a shot. And yeah, I'm ready to resume.
They are the worst actors ever. They don't sit still for a moment. And the second you take your eyes off of them, they're flinging their feces all over the place.
Yeah, for now it's
Jonathan
good. I'll let you
refused
know
to
if there are
work
any
with
other
him
issues.
after he got, well, let's just say that he had to take more than a couple of showers one day. You never forget the smell of monkey poo.
Never.
We steam cleaned the studio top to bottom.
Oh,
Still never got rid of it entirely. All through the rest of the shot, we kept finding those little surprises hiding inside various props. Boy, were those the days. Some really
here it
cool
comes.
stop motion effects, huh? Unfortunately, we skimped on the Dick Starspeed puppet a little.
You know,
That's
I hate
fine.
to say.
The earth
Oh, hello.
is not for you to eat, fiend.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I don't know. It might be for him to eat.
Groundbreaking. We had the woman rescuing the man for once. We were
Yeah.
really ahead of our time with this scene, but well, then again, I've always been rather progressive. The
I'm not
studio
sure you
exec
have.
Didn't seem to get why it was such a big deal, though. Sorry, we don't see this as anything unusual. Ha! Of course, it's unusual. A woman would never save the man. Not in the movies, not in real life.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why we didn't get more recognition for this scene. A little too ahead of my time.
That's pretty good.
God, this man.
Rah! Yeah, let me just
Thank you for
say.
saving me, strange woman. What is your name?
Yeah, what is her
I
name?
am the magnificent Scarlet Nova.
Ugh, I don't like the monkey's eyes.
Just be happy that you are still alive.
That's the best part about this so far. Like,
At once.
It's terrifying.
I shall teleport to his chambers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say
So
that,
we'll
like,
be seeing our first example
this
of
is great.
teleportation being used by Scarlet right here.
yeah, teleport.
What is this place? This is not my father's chambers.
Uh-oh. Ah!
Oh no!
Obeyed me for the final time, Scarlet. Enjoy an eternity in the Tower of Eternal Solitude.
Oh, great. She was locked in a cage.
Eternity.
I love this so much.
The old fool did not notice I am wearing my jetpack.
Yeah,
Booster
that could
usage.
help.
Jump. Wait. Use booster.
Ah.
Survive deadly fall.
Oh yeah, because that's how terminal velocity works.
I mean, you can sort of do that in Banjo-Kazooie, just don't start, like, doing flips. As soon as you start doing flips, you can't use that sort of...
Oh, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Scarlet didn't quite realize she needed
So-
to shoot those energy orbs down below. Keep in mind, Stacy was doing this on a soundstage, okay?
So, yeah,
Okay,
sometimes you
I
get
don't know
hints,
why that matters.
Right. But sometimes you get hints for the narrator. It's fantastic.
That's great.
It's very functional, great storytelling, just a little bit of spiciness.
Yep.
Aw, yeah.
It's funny you mentioned the Bird and Bear. We eventually want to get V to actually play Banjo-Kazooie because they've never played, and they're terrible at 3D platformers. And we like
Wait,
seeing our
really?
friends suffer.
I hate platformers so much.
I would say that
weakness.
I'm not sure how well it's aged. I feel like I enjoy it still, but that's more because of nostalgia than anything else.
Neat effect. We had to paint each movement frame by frame and superimpose it into live footage. We
Aw,
were
yeah.
pulling all-nighters for weeks. Well, when I said we, I meant the artist. I'm pretty much useless if I don't get a solid 10 hours a night. But they were at it forever.
They did so good.
We do it all because I accidentally told them red instead of blue the first time. Artists.
The artist in the chat. I'm sorry.
Nah.
If you can feel the pain.
My father revoked my access to the teleport terminals.
Dang it.
I'll only be able to utilize the ones I activate manually.
Yep, because
At least she
Daddy-O forgot
knows.
to... Right? Daddy-O forgot to disable the manual access. Go figure.
This is how you access everybody's Wi-Fi, right?
Ah, I knew you would return.
Puny Earthman, you shall help me overthrow the Emperor.
Why turn against your own father? How do I know I can trust you?
Oh, this scene. This is practically Shakespeare in outer space.
Just as the entire planet does.
Basically, yeah.
Huh? Patrick, what's wrong with the video?
Patrick?
Sorry, sir. Technical problems.
Oh my gosh.
Darn it.
Patrick.
Some really good writing here.
Patrick, I'm gonna gong you, Patrick, if you don't
Sorry
fix
about
this. Good.
I love that. Let's cause technical difficulties to,
Basically,
you know,
they agreed
get past the fact that it is clearly Shakespeare in space.
Sleep chamber at all times.
Clearly.
Should I rewind?
Never mind. I'll continue from here.
Bye, everybody.
Dang it, we did not. Oh, I just love it. It's like, oh no, her best
Even my
soliloquy
standard back then.
and too
To
bad.
make do, Tony shot a
So
couple
sad.
scenes in black and white. Originally,
Ooh.
he intended to use it for flashbacks. But then I had to break it to him. Our film doesn't have flashbacks.
Oh
We
no.
almost made it a silent film just to cut costs. I felt it was an absolute necessity we have a T-Rex in this film, but we got this Serato thing instead. Of course, I went through the whole production thinking it was a T-Rex because, really, who can tell the difference anyway?
Oh, I mean,
It would
a
have
few
been
people
the time
can.
for us to climb the deadly Tower of Monsters.
I'm glad that they trademark it inside their own film. That's good.
Always announce the title within the film itself. How else are you going to let the audience know your heroes really mean business?
It's
Now,
true,
that weapon,
you know.
It's just an electric shaver, but you know, I bet you'd never guess it was, would you? They look so futuristic.
I hate to see it. Okay?
Electric
I work
razors.
in a retail store that does have electric shavers, and some
Okay.
of them kind of look a little too fancy to be true.
Yeah, it's like. See, the thing is, like, if you get a tool and you look at it and you say, where does the hair go? That's when you know that they've designed it too much design.
If I remember a bit of movie trivia here, the original Star Trek, the medical scanners were just salt shakers.
Those meetings ended in a much different.
Oh my gosh, beautiful.
I know a taxidermist who helped us out with these bat creatures for real cheap.
Oh no.
Good. So he's kind of
taxidermy bats. That makes me feel sad for the bat.
The sloppy bat looks scarier. Oh, you gotta sew up that sphincter. Just trust me on that one.
I'll trust you on that one. We're gonna let that go.
I have questions, but I don't want the answers.
No.
What do you think people use medical tricorders and all that for in the original Star Trek?
It still makes so much sense, and yet so many questions.
They use it for everything.
But you know, somebody has probably looked at it. Right. Oh, that'll seal up holes. Okay.
You really wanted to be in the films.
I mean,
Where's
it's
the-
like the people who decide to cement their butts shut, you know?
What?
If you're going
You've never heard about
Tricorders
that?
have to deal with cementing your butt shut?
No,
I'm not
no,
gonna
no,
do that. Not even for Star Trek.
Well, Star Trek demands it.
The strings wouldn't be visible.
No.
God.
What the?
But I could see them. No
Don't you know it's for
transparent nylon.
science?
This stuff will do the
I don't
trick.
care. There is some science that
right.
can be
I
left
swear, those
undone.
darn strings is what made my hair go white.
If people are gonna have to disagree on that point, I think all the science should be done all the time, every time.
Okay, well, you do it.
How do you know I haven't?
Air teleport usage.
Stop. Well, you're still alive. I think that's a pretty good indication.
Use teleport.
Yeah, but see, the thing is one person is a bad point of reference. Science needs multiple people to do the same thing and confirm it happens the same way all the time. What if I'm some kind of anomaly and that's why I'm still alive, you know?
See, I mean, that's... I mean, okay, well, go ahead. Show me the evidence.
I'll DM
You
the
cannot
evidence.
have... Okay, that sounds good, yeah. But you can't do science without having it recorded. That's a very important part of science.
And that's why
yes.
it's on my OnlyFans.
Minute of this scene.
Mythbusters did
The
say
most
the difference
embarrassing
between
part of science
and
is-
waiting around and taking notes.
Audience, our heroes are climbing a tower, so I needed something that would stick.
Ah, yes. See, there's a reason some people don't do science, and it's because of
Very
embarrassment.
scary. And then.
But see, this is why I love science. I like embarrassing people and I feel no shame.
Crawling with ants in the morning. And that's when it hit me. What is the most obnoxious thing in the world?
Ants. I guess it's ants. Honestly, there are a lot of giant ants in old school movies, and heck, I'm all for it.
See, I'd say the only thing worse than giant ants is giant fire ants. But at that point, when they're giant, does it really matter?
Yeah, that
upgrades.
Go ahead.
Some of the descriptions for the weapon upgrades are fantastic. So the shaver, shave a few seconds off your enemy's life.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh god, more balls on a pointy battle.
It's true.
The pointing stick, now with a pointy end.
Yes.
I mean, that's important.
It's the things they do on the thing.
It's so advanced, it's almost like caveman technology.
In the future! Ooh,
I'd say, like,
This head belonged to my co-pilot robot. He was the most loyal companion.
you named your robot Robot? Oh, come on.
Yeah, boy, it gets worse.
Gregorians will pay dearly for this, my friend.
They better.
Now, what's a space adventure film without a trusty robot sidekick? Huh?
I was gonna say, that is a screenshot for the ages right there.
Yup.
Team up with an alien from the planet's surface. You know the type, pointy ears, wise and emotionless.
Oh god.
But then we came to our senses and realized that a giant tin can robot's way cooler. Besides,
Oh my gosh, the sarcastic laugh is so good.
You know me, trailblazer.
Actually, I'm not sure if it's a sarcastic act or what kind of laugh is this?
A resigned?
A
He almost
resigned
sounds
laugh?
resigned when he's laughing.
Almost, yeah.
And remember, if you want a weapon to sound advanced, you call it Tesla.
Install those safety guards after our actors fell off the set.
Oh yeah.
Granted, they kept falling off even with the rails, but thanks to how the contract was laid out, we were no longer liable for their injuries.
Oh my gosh, they put rails up and they don't actually help. That's perfect.
Exactly. This whole thing, they were no longer reliable now. They did what they could. People just kept jumping anyways.
I mean, if you were one of the actors on this set, wouldn't you want to jump off and get out?
Oh, 100%.
No kidding.
Rails ain't gonna stop intentional pain.
Oh no, here come the eyeballs! Ah! Ah!
Yep.
UFO, no!
You know what? There honestly, it's surprising there haven't been that many, like, video games that sort of go after the sci-fi B-movie genre. Sure, there have been a handful, but, like...
Oh, sure, Space Ace?
It's so good. I mean...
Yes!
Okay.
But Space Ace plays it straight, it feels. But then again, Space Ace was how long ago?
Wait, that's the appeal of Space Ace. Like, right? This clearly plays off that we're making a bad movie, right? Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Right? Space Ace playing it completely straight, like this is like completely legit, makes it even better.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
I think that works extremely well for it. What's that one?
Yeah.
The Outer Worlds is a recent one that sort of did sort of B-movie style.
Outer World.
Best part about being
Say what now?
I didn't know how to deal with Outer Worlds. Like, the sheer incompetence of literally everyone that you meet. I was just like, how is this place even still standing up at all?
Wait, come on, right? It's you know, from the same guys who made New Vegas, right? There are a lot of incompetent people, it turns out, in the world.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
I need to
still
play
haven't
more
played a
of it,
whole
but I
lot
love
of the game. I need to play it, yeah.
It's not bad. I feel like, for me anyways, it ended up having the same issue I have with pretty much every major Bethesda game, like Skyrim and any of the other Fallouts, of eventually I get digging into every container for items until I realize what does it matter anymore, and then I stop playing.
Oof. There's too many things. You say,
I don't know. I beat Fallout 3, Fallout 4, I beat Skyrim, I think I beat Oblivion. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it works very well for me. And
if it does, I envy you.
There's so many people. There's so many people who I think just like to hate on Bethesda because it's popular to hate on Bethesda.
I don't hate, I just get bored.
All of my friends hate on Bethesda, and I'm like, I really like the games, but I can't talk about it openly because then I feel
cannot stand Oblivion, like the Elder Scrolls stuff. My wife loves it, right? Skyrim, I'll argue, held my attention the longest. It was like 2 hours.
See, funny enough,
I
my
played
cousin,
it probably a couple hundred hours.
Right, but Fallout, right? That's kind of a different story.
Was filming some horror
No.
movie.
My cousin basically set up Skyrim, downloaded 500 mods, and his girlfriend was like, wouldn't that make it lag or possibly glitch more? And he just looked at her and was like, actually, honey, it fixes the game.
Yeah. Oh, and Tempestral in chat. I know. Like, I can't talk about Bethesda games around you because you just say that they suck. And so I just feel embarrassed, and so I have to be quiet.
I do think that the engine that Bethesda uses for both Fallout and Elder Scrolls doesn't function, like, it's not able to do what they want it to do very well, right? And there's a lot of problems with it.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's a legit critique of the games. Like, the engine they use probably shouldn't have been used to do what they do.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm completely okay with people who have complaints, but I also think that it's okay to like things that you like, and that there are sometimes people, like, it's really popular to hate on things that are popular, and, like, I don't know, it gets really tiring for me. But anyways, that's enough of that, because we've got giant space, like, UFO eyeballs floating up. I love it.
Hey, just before you keep progressing there, when you were on that ledge, you saw the golden rings, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go
I think so.
Is it too much falling for you?
All right.
Did you not play enough Pilot Wings, right, as a kid?
No, I never played Pilot Wings as a kid.
So at any moment, you can, just jump on the tower. No loading screen, no nothing, just poof.
You gotta give it to the creators of the game, though, to actually get into the brain of some, like, really think about what a sleazebag director would sound like, and then make it happen.
Oh, this special effects. That's...
I mean, a woman using high explosives?
My point.
Yeah,
exactly.
explosives!
It's like, I love how, like, mansplaining and misogynistic this director is.
Yeah,
right, under the guise of, like, good intentions. This is amazing character development.
The blocks that were being blown up were just big balloons.
Rock. Not their best work.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
Ask me, like,
it's both perfect and terrible.
They said they could add some debris and explosions or two afterwards. And then we ran out of budget. Well, to be fair, we ran out of budget several times, but still, I lost a lot of sleep over these rocks.
Not the rocks.
Clearly,
What
they
did
were
you
wrong
do?
with it.
They had to get creative once you run out of money.
Oh yeah, exactly. Look, still, they did really well. They didn't resort to slave labor, so we're good. Okay, yeah, that's true that they did get close, especially with the villain.
There's
Poor
also
deflating rocks. It's so sad.
I love these, right? Because it's so...
I mean, okay.
Like it's so anticlimactic and, like, pathetic.
There's playing this big kaboom and then
Like, you almost got knocked off the tower, bro. You gotta be careful.
Regular logs. Well, that was disastrous. I'll tell you, never mess with physics. It was kind of, well, to be frank, it started out nice, but then, well, it was a
So every time I see these eyeballs, I'm thinking of the beef jerky eyeballs from Demon Rush.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry, beef jerky eyeballs?
It's complicated.
I didn't.
I am
Like, did you not hear the words that came out of my mouth?
This complicated seems to fit a lot on that game.
Let's.
All right, I know that I'm now looking for the beef jerky eyeball so I can put it in.
Oh god.
Oh great! Make the logs on fire so that it's safer. Yeah, that's a great idea, dude.
Well, yeah, of course. If you're wearing loose clothing and catches on fire, just adds the authenticity of the scene, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? With all this jumping and climbing and jumping, wouldn't this make a great video game? Isn't that what all those video games are about? Jumping around?
Well, yeah, and killing.
Well, they also make me think of like some of the enemies in Doom.
What?
That's true, isn't it?
That's awful. What sort of example are we setting?
Yeah, you know
for our
the
use?
giant eyeball
These are pretty violent
thingy.
too. Your
Yep.
heroes have killed
Shoots
everything in
plasma.
sight. You had Dick shooting a dinosaur in
Whatever.
the face in the first 5 minutes.
Well, Patrick, that's different, you know? What we did on film, that was art. Video games aren't art.
Can we look directly to the sun? Please?
Pauline, I absolutely agree. The dialogue is on the nose, and I love it for that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even on the nose. It's punch in the
Funny
nose. It's
story
just
about
punch the nose in.
this
Okay.
scene. I had completely forgotten about it when we wrapped up
Oh
filming on
no.
the set.
Oh no, poor
Then we
monkeys.
spent the next day doing a location shoot. So suffice it to say, our return to the studio was met with a couple of grumbling tummies complaining about unsafe work conditions.
They weren't
human
monkeys,
rights,
they were
yada,
people
Oh.
in suits.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Patrick,
You're
I was
right.
thinking we should take a little break and get a bite to eat. You like Chinese? I know a great takeout.
Well, we're not scheduled for a break for another few hours.
Nonsense. Hey, you have to try the shrimp. It's the absolute best. But, oh, hey, I feel like I should warn you. It gives me horrible gas. But that's okay. We're friends, right?
Really, sir. Studio time costs a fortune. Let's just stay on schedule.
Good thinking.
Mellion, if you're not a fan of the running commentary, that's perfectly understandable, but that's kind of the whole point of the game. So, you know what? If it's not your speed, totally fair, but we like the stupid, cheesy humor, so, you know, it's just how it is.
That's why you play this game, because the narrator is like
absolute bellend.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's what's his name from Portal 2, you know? Cave Johnson.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely Cave Johnson, except sleazier.
Well, sleazier and probably a little happier sounding. Yeah. Like Cave Johnson wanted pictures of Spider-Man. This guy, he just wants to talk about the pictures of Spider-Man they already have.
You know what? I hate the fact that that's such an appropriate way to put it.
Now, granted,
a little bit.
Exactly 100% faithful to the film, and it seems that no one ever remembers them by the right name. But still,
I'm actually upset on how hard I have to go look to find the beef jerky eyeball.
Okay,
Oh,
but it's
buddy.
very... Look, the Demon Rush is perfect, and also the 3D version.
It's
the
more perfect.
eyeballs look exactly like a 3D
same.
version of their 2D counterpart, which is absolutely amazing. Mind you, there's a lot more nudity in the 3D version, but you know, kind of.
I mean,
I would normally say that, you know, go ahead if you want to put nudity in your game. Go for it. I don't think that unneeded or unnecessary nudity is a thing, but it is in the Demon Rush.
I have a question. As a bird, what's up with you people in clothes?
Oh my gosh, I love the thumbprints there.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what's up with clothes?
Yeah, like as a bird, I don't get it. Why do people wear clothes?
To stay warm.
Wimps.
And because we... Wimps, wow. I know, there are a whole bunch of ducks. Okay, look, it's been like negative 12 degrees outside during the day. And
No,
this is
Celsius,
Fahrenheit.
that's fine.
Well, no, in Celsius it's like negative 22.
Which is still chump weather. Like, look, I'm a Canadian bird. What do you expect? Like, I don't care that it's minus 50 outside.
Danger. Human speed is not enough to pass through that fan. Chance of death 100%.
Oh no, just throw him.
Time vortex device if you wish to go any further.
Thank you, robot.
Searching. Time vortex device detected. Device
Also,
in dangerous area.
I do have to say that, like,
everywhere.
not the ants. A lot of games, especially like 90s games, followed a lot more of the hard sci-fi, which is what I'd say most B movies fall into. They don't really care about character development that much. They just care about the world that they create and the technology behind it. And honestly, I feel like we've lost a little bit of that in a lot of modern games, which it's fine. Like the way to tell stories is completely like going to completely change over time. I just feel like there's still room for more of the harder science fiction, the one that cares more about the world building and the technology behind it and the sort of like less.
So what you're saying is you really like science fiction versus science fantasy.
I'm not saying I like hard science fiction. I actually really hate it.
But
I feel like
science fiction is great.
I mean, I think it's harder to make it great, but the great stuff is actually really, really cool. It just can get, it can be really trashy.
Aw. Look, nobody's going to argue that Blade Runner is terrible, right? The Terminator.
What are you talking about? Blade Runner is amazing.
That's my point. Right?
That was amazing. I'd like to say hard science fiction can be fun, but I really dislike when I've got literally 7 chapters of describing space warfare using actual physics, numbers, and everything, just describing the encounter to a T. And then in the next chapter, they talked about the tractor ray they're using to pull one ship to another, and they can't explain how it works.
Look, it just works, okay?
Yeah, the thing is, like,
did he do any research before landing there? Did he have a specific?
Somebody is saying hard sci-fi means using real science or real rules. No, hard sci-fi means caring more. Like, if your characters are less important than the world, then it's hard science fiction. If your characters are more important, then it's usually soft science fiction.
So where's the Terminator fit in here?
The Terminator is 100% soft.
Yeah, I would agree, especially Terminator 2, 100% soft science fiction.
Mind
like,
you,
even the
I forget what it's called.
I can tell you what was hard about Terminator 1, though, and that was Arnold's butt cheeks.
Oh yeah, they were okay. Oh, no. They were pretty alright. Oh no, the giant ants.
But I'll argue by the definition. There's some really good hard sci-fi that exists, and I'll stand behind Blade Runner, because Blade Runner is awesome. And y'all should go watch it.
Somebody is saying that's not the definition anybody uses between hard and soft. I literally had classes about science fiction during college. Like,
so did you just sit around, get stoned, and read Foundation?
We did read Foundation, I think.
The weed was purely optional, though.
What about Battlefield Earth? Where does that come in?
Anything. Hardest working actor I've ever met. What a trooper.
Sci-fi readers are not academics in this context, says Tempest.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I would agree.
I couldn't officially add him to the credits.
The sci-fi class was really cool, though. Actually, I think I had 2 of them. I can't recall. They were great.
Well, that sounds better than the classes I took for literacy, so you know what? Like, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, the literacy we had was...
all right, Ubi, I'll concede that. Battlefield Earth is clearly nonfiction. It happens.
Uh-oh.
Also, since we missed this bit here, like we mentioned not having slavery on this thing, this robot seemingly was an actor that was not on the payroll, so you couldn't pay him or put him in the credits.
I completely forgot that he wasn't paid.
Yeah.
Somebody in chat, by the way, is saying Star Trek is famously soft sci-fi. I actually would agree with that because, yeah, they don't like even though they're mechanics, they don't really go heavy into it. And honestly, it's like Star Trek is all about the human condition. And like even when they're going and meeting aliens, it's all a reflection on humanity. Whenever it's looking at humanity and the human condition, it's going to be soft. Yeah,
that Enterprise was a bit more hard sci-fi than a lot more of the other Star Trek shows.
I think I would probably agree.
True.
Yeah,
but
right, because Enterprise was
Star Wars.
Neither one of them are really particularly hard science fiction.
No, for sure. I mean, to be fair, it's also hard to be a hard sci-fi show over a long-running series versus a movie.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. People are arguing about whether or not it's the best or the worst. I'm gonna go ahead and say, let me come back to my Bethesda software argument. You're allowed to enjoy things that you like, okay?
No, you're not allowed to enjoy Bethesda stuff, right? We already
I'm gonna kick your butt, Corndan. I'm gonna kick it so hard.
Fight!
What are you gonna do? Gong me?
I already have.
Oh no, this is a calamity.
It's all to the birds, I see.
I mean, I'm just waiting to see the cause and effect.
Right. I'm
look, that would only work
if my fingernail here.
That would only work if my my profile pic was a bird that actually did that. Instead, it's a trash bird.
It's a shame.
Oh, okay. This is a really big tower. I gotta be. Oh, look at them.
Well, I mean,
are you gonna throw him off the cliff?
Please
it's a big tower, except for the fact that we're not on the tower.
I'm rooting for the bug, right? To just throw him off. Can you
want to get rid of Dick?
In some furious anger.
Not everybody needs Dick, okay?
I mean, is that your hard philosophical stance here, Corndan? Because I could argue that.
See, there's another hard sci-fi we haven't talked about. We'll go ahead and leave that one out. Well.
Oh, robot, you're all right. And you saved the day.
You're Fred eliminated it.
Looks like the Emperor's days are numbered.
Oh no.
At long last, we have assembled
our
that
background, yeah.
Oh, this is so good.
And fans too always wondered why we shot so few scenes with all three heroes in it together.
Who played the robot?
We did our best to explain it. Something about the sleep chambers or staying back to protect the ape village. Really, it was just logistics. Jonathan had bowling league on Tuesdays and Thursdays and...
Okay, I don't know if you know, but people who are in bowling leagues, they take that shit seriously.
Yeah.
Honestly, we almost never had all of them on the set at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Our actor was in some religion that only allowed him to work on Sundays. I'm still a little skeptical about that one,
Couldn't you have gotten just about anyone to stand in as a robot?
See? That's why you make a horrible director, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick.
To say the least.
Yeah, we're getting a little stuttering again.
Character to the robot role.
We do.
Oh no, the stutter's back.
The stutter's back.
I mean, just stop streaming, hop out, hop back in, and it'll come back.
Yeah, that'll probably do
Discord again.
I will
right.
pause the
everybody
timer.
else doesn't need to leave. Just Voran.
All right, be right back.
Yep.
Curse you, technology.
Live, everybody.
I'm
and
ready.
We're back.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Go!
Well, let's just say it was an oversight. But I've learned my lesson. I only made the mistake 6 more times throughout my career.
Tim Pitchroll, I'll tell you right now, this guy is fantastic, but you have to be okay with absolutely bonkers numbers.
I would say here's the deal. Okay, I saw that there was the advertisement for the new Disgaea that's being made coming out later this year. I'm excited for it. The thing is, I love Disgaea 4, and I really couldn't get into 5. Like, I tried, and it just... Like, 4 had such great characters.
That is true. I'll totally agree. Now, mind you, I'll admit I'll miss some of the original cast, because obviously they're moving away from that now. And I really miss Laharl.
I can't stand Laharl. My wife's favorite character, though, is Flan.
Yeah?
And also, I don't think I realized Disgaea 6 came out ever.
Yeah, 6 has been out for a while now.
Is it good?
I didn't play much of it, so I couldn't tell you.
All right.
What I can tell you, though, is that Prinnies don't have human rights, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, dude.
Well, they're not human. Well, I mean, they were humans before they died.
You can solve all of your problems by throwing Prinnies at them.
Correct! There's even a whole freaking game based on that idea.
2!
Oh, wait, was there a second one?
Yeah, they made 2 Prinny games.
I was
And
not
they
aware
are
of the second one.
fantastically hard.
I mean, they're punished. They're being punished by being Prinnies in the afterlife. I mean, you have to make them explode. That's like the rule.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Part of the law. The Prinny games are hilarious, oh yeah. They're also hard as balls.
See, I really feel like Prinnies fall in the same kind of minion category as like Servbots from like Mega Man Legends.
Yep. They're minions after all.
Yeah, anyways, out of all of them that I've seen, 4th Disgaea has the best story that I've seen so far. Like, seriously, the fact that you're the ruler of hell, and, like, in charge of the Prinnies, it's just... And you're just an adorable, overly confident vampire-esque guy, and I identify with that.
I like that.
You're a vampire.
Well, okay, I'm temporarily not a vampire until I run out of iron pills. There you go.
Oh no! Do you have the Scarf and Iron Pills? Those things are terrible, depending on like the brand.
Luckily, the ones that I get through prescription actually have a coating so that you can't taste anything. Thank goodness.
Oh my god! Thank goodness. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Iron pills taste terrible. Sometimes.
Look,
sometimes you really want the taste of metal in your mouth, you know. Nah.
Yeah, but then just get... Oh, no, wait. If you get yourself punched in the face, you'll taste copper, not metal. Never mind. Like, not iron. Never mind.
Why copper?
I don't know. I always felt like blood tasted coppery.
Because copper is in hemoglobin.
I mean... Okay.
So when you're bleeding in your mouth, like, blood tastes like copper.
Gotcha.
I suppose having done martial arts, I'm a little more used to that feeling than most people, probably.
I mean, pennies do taste pretty cool.
Especially when you
gotta wash them really well first.
You don't need to wash them. Stick them in a socket. It'll
wash your pennies. Wash your pennies before you put them in your mouth. And children, don't do it, period. Okay? They say, you know... Keep small objects away from children, but adults, you are allowed to put pennies in your mouth if you want to.
Because once we're the age of consent, it's okay if we die or get horrible diseases?
Because that's what the Darwin Awards are for.
Exactly.
Bodily autonomy. Autonomy. No, bodily autonomy. Autonomy.
Automata?
Autonomy. Autonomy. Otta tomato. Near autonomy.
Near tomato.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and say don't eat pennies. But yeah,
Penny would be very upset.
Anyways.
Also, I hope.
No, don't eat marbles. Stop it, chat. Stop it.
Yeah, but then if you eat marbles and you poop them out, you get to pretend you're a rabbit.
I think you can pretend you're a rabbit without doing that. Like, really.
Yeah, but if you want the realism, though.
I really don't think rabbits don't poop marbles. First off, marbles are too big for rabbit poop.
Just hear me out, though. Rabbits, due to their intestinal tract, poop in squares, and the closest we're gonna get is with marbles, without causing digesting
Eat
like
dice.
Words. You know what? Dice would work, but then I'm scared of the corners catching inside and causing internal bleeding.
Well, put them in a rock smoother for like half an hour, okay? And also get smaller dice.
Yeah, but
then it would be square.
But see, that's
you're just getting rid of the corners, okay? Just look, if you want to poop like a rabbit, I'm trying to give you suggestions.
If you want to poop like a rabbit, eat a whole lot of corn.
I mean, that's...
Hey, Dan, why don't you come over? I need corn.
People are saying I should just eat recognized food items. That's probably the best advice that chat has had this entire stream.
Maybe bro has Pico. We don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
Well,
okay, look, I've got ADHD, and at some point or another, if it's in front of me, it's probably going to end up touching my tongue at some point. That's just realistic.
And
okay?
Simple Sarah, I'd just like to say, I'm sorry I showed up in this chat. I tend to derail conversation into horrific places because of ADD and oversharing. So, hey, hello!
This is why we brought
Honestly,
you
I don't
along.
care.
That's the whole point.
As long as you're not talking
even the weirdest
about...
Not even the weirdest conversation we've had on the show.
This is about right.
No, this is definitely right. Not only have we gone off the rails, we tumbled down the hill, maybe went off the cliff.
But then we landed on our feet and did the little pose like we're in the Olympics.
Right, but this is not, Monster Prom level commentary, so...
I'd like to say that all of you might have landed on your feet, but I've got weight. I don't need to worry about landing.
Congrats, little bird man. I'm a little bird. I like to eat trash. Yeah,
I'm sorry, you want to repeat that?
bird.
I didn't caught that.
Oh, goodbye, monkey. Monkey man.
Well, about that.
They just had an arm on a stick.
To say about that.
I can never get enough of
See, is it 3D platforming if there's no platform to stand on?
No, it's not.
This makes me think of a game called Death Defying Gravity game where the whole game is about you're falling and you have to go through rings and like land on the right platform. It's very difficult. So good. Reckless disregard for gravity. That's the subtitle, yeah.
That just reminds me of a quote I came up with at work. You can ignore the rules of physics, but they won't ignore you.
Ooh.
Aww. Everybody, if you feel ignored, just remember the physics is always watching you.
Always pulling at you, really.
Physics is or physics are.
Remember, physics, it's the law.
Also,
I
physics
don't know
is
if physics is plural.
Because
you don't just have a
physics is the
physics.
law. Physics, whatever.
Yeah, you don't just have one physic. You do. You
Yeah,
might
you
just
do.
have one physician. Yeah, which physic do I have?
Like, bro, have you ever had one physic?
No, I always have multiple.
Whoa, bro, that's a lot of physics.
Or I just have one physics. I think I have one physics.
Release the Mechameleon!
Yeah, the Mechameleon. Yeah, nerd.
Well, man, Sting Chameleon did it better. Just move on.
Come,
Look,
chameleon.
every concept in this movie was done better somewhere else, right? This isn't going to stop them.
You're right.
What's up
Maybe
with the
individual
cupcakes?
part. maybe individual parts were done better everywhere else, but the whole of this game is better than any individual part could ever be.
Oh,
I think I agree.
Yeah, good old Ludwig. We cast an actual doctor to play.
Oh god, Doctor.
Never again. Oh my god, he was a cranky old coot. May he, rest in peace.
Did you kill him?
The script, the
Wow.
creature effect, you name it, he wouldn't stop criticizing.
Oh my gosh. I just love, like, here's the deal. If you are in a high-paying role, you're gonna skip your bowling league, okay? Like, however, for a movie like this, no, you gotta take that into account.
Oh, absolutely.
It's gonna happen.
Well, I would not miss Friday Night Magic for this kind of gig.
We almost left a few of them.
No, I would put this on during Friday Night Magic.
I have to say that
You know what? Absolutely.
the
I agree with that.
Did with the King Gorilla can only be outdone by their work in the Mecha Million.
Ooh.
I'll leave further comments for later in the film, but this was truly an epic creation.
I really like the Space Invaders icon.
It's fitting.
It's
You
a
think
very
they
lucky
paid for
trick.
that?
Of a technique I used throughout the movie.
Oh yeah.
Make a big scary monster look even more menacing. Put it in a dome. Monster doesn't look
Oh,
scary
okay.
enough already.
Put it in a dome.
Want the audience to know when a monster really means business.
Put it in a dome.
Put it in a dome.
So then I just
The
have
classic.
a question. What were the Roman hiding in all their ancient buildings that had domes?
I don't know, but maybe I don't want to know.
History sometimes just shouldn't.
And then there's
Also,
a
I
question.
feel like domes are a lot less threatening than this game is trying to make me think. Just a freaking dome.
All the best
Thank you,
things
Jane
are under
Science
domes,
Theater, for
right?
the rating, by the way.
Fancy desserts under domes.
Under dome. But why?
Yep.
It doesn't even. I mean, to protect it. I understand that. You don't want somebody to accidentally squish your
For that
freaking
sur- for that-
Alaska.
It's to
For that
protect your wallets.
surprise,
Look,
Right.
planets, two domes put together. Stars, same thing, you know? Just that's how it is.
No globes. Go figure. When you
I
want to
don't
be
know.
able to go for
Circles are
globe.
just. Circles don't intimidate me. Okay, as soon as you have curves, that softens things, okay? You want sharp edges, put it under a glass box, okay? Glass cube, that immediately is more threatening than a globe. Or better
You see
yet,
that, but
have
that's
it
just
like...
an aquarium.
I was a huge fan.
Yeah,
of the
put
old
it in an
classic
aquarium.
Movie, The Flea from
I'm scared of fish.
So I created.
So fish me.
Hold up. Are you telling me you're scared of my food?
No, I'm not scared
Yeah?
of fish. I'm lying. I'm just being dumb.
In respect to that.
Well, that's okay. We're all dumb here. That's why we're here.
And everybody can eat fish. Okay, except for people who don't.
We probably should have invested in
You know,
In which case...
Unless you're allergic, you know, then don't.
Or if you're
please.
allergic.
instead.
Okay,
Yeah,
look, it's
yeah.
Okay, fine. Everybody can eat marbles then. Whatever. No. Also, no. Don't do that. Marbles are just
This
two
show is
domes.
not
You don't
encouraging
want
you
to
on
eat
eating
them.
things you shouldn't.
Why the Emperor wears that metal moniker.
You keep assuming that when I was talking about marbles, I was talking about something that wasn't made of like cake or something.
Ooh, marble cake. Take the
Right?
chocolate, take the vanilla, mix it up, but not too much. Just a little bit.
Just give it a swirl, a little twist.
A little twist. Yeah. Somebody said you could crush the marbles and make marble flour. That's just people who like eat like calcium.
Yeah, but if you're gonna make marble flour, you may as well just snort it at that point instead of trying to make food out of it.
Oh, if they're glass marbles, that's not good. That's gonna actually cause some long-term damage. I think that's actually worse than eating marbles that haven't been turned into powder.
You're absolutely
I'm gonna go ahead and
correct.
say, Don't Make Us Board's official stance is do not eat the marbles in any form.
unless
However,
it's marble cake, I will accept marble cake.
okay, but those Marble
So
cake is
you're
not
saying
made from
that
marbles.
If we make the cake out of marbles, we're good.
Now, if you eat marble the rock, that's a different issue. And if you make a marble out of marble...
Oh, hold up. Don't make a sport's official position is please don't have Pika.
I think I told you that before.
Some people just do, Corndan. Please
And they
don't
should get
have
help for
something
that.
you... Well, yeah.
Oh, welcome to the vacuum dogs.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, they kind of suck though.
Oh, they got little spikes on their back, and like, I have a feeling that...
He said, Dan, this guy is perfect.
This guy is perfect.
We were running out of extras and clay sculptures, but we needed more monsters. Oh, he's more monsters.
I guess after this guy will be time.
Brilliant idea.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You stick a puppy inside an old vacuum cleaner. Wham! Instant monster.
It's true. Instant monster.
Christmas lights and it's camera ready in 5 minutes. And that had to be some kind of world record or something.
This man, I swear, into the sun.
Now what's going on? This isn't the right cut.
I mean, this is probably a good spot here.
It is. It's time anyway.
I mixed them up.
We'll go back and record that part again. Using the right scenes, I suppose.
I do appreciate it. What is this? This isn't the right cut. What are you doing?
I love it.
It's just like, yeah, this is really, really good. Well, everybody, I had such a fun time with this game. Again, it's the Deadly Tower of Monsters out on Steam. You said that it's, what, $15 right now, but it regularly goes on sale. It has gone on sale for $3 before, so there you go, everybody. I'm going to have to add this to my wish list. This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
The game needs more attention brought to it, I swear.
It's clearly not the world's best game, but whoever is doing the narration for it is amazing.
Well, I would say, you know, you don't have to make the best game in the world. If you make something that, like, if you have one idea that you want to be the main thing, which in this case was the commentary, like,
it's so good.
Absolute, like, that makes up all of the difference. You know, the game, the platforming itself, I think it's pretty good. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily the most outstanding platforming out there, but the whole commentary and everything being ridiculous, it's great. I love it. It's nothing but love
behind it.
Yeah, the commentary is what made me really fall in love with the game.
Wait, there's my... Why am I not... Am I not in the Discord call? Why am I not showing up?
I'm
still
here, but...
Yeah, why am I not... What the crap? Why am I not on the layout? What happened?
Yeah, you're on layout.
You conceptually don't exist.
I guess not. Well, okay, thank you so much, Discord. I am so sad.
Maybe you can only fit so many people, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's okay. Thank you so much for coming and playing. Now, go ahead. Do you have anything that you'd like to plug or anything that people should know about where you stream or what have you?
For us, we're streaming usually about 4 times a week on Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturdays over at twitch.tv/thedenofgames. In fact, tonight would be right after this here. We're heading over on our side, and Raven has a little something we need to go to put through a little promise to certain water horse.
I made a promise, and I'm regretting that promise so much. I did not know birds could feel so much regret.
We're collecting the salt tonight.
Fine.
Well, honestly, like, all three of you are hilarious. I've loved having you here.
Thank you.
And as a final note for this game, if we have learned anything, it's do not eat anything.
Just don't eat anything.
Yeah, just breathe air. That's it. Like, just survive off of photosynthesis or something.
If we would just kill
Become
you,
a
we'll find a way.
plant. Yeah, become a plant, everybody.
Does becoming a vegetable count? Because I can do that.
Becoming a vegetable? Sure, Vegetables are plants. What are you talking about? Of course you can be a vegetable.
I'll take becoming a couch potato for 200.
Couch potato? I don't think those are real. I've looked in my couch plenty of time. No potatoes.
Alright, look, couch potatoes are just as real as tiny home hippos, okay? You gotta be careful about this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk. Okay, I hate those hippos. Goodbye. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful rest of your day, all right?
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Oh my gosh, Corndan. I had so much fun, and I'm still not sure why I'm not showing up on our layout. Like,
I don't know either. I am the solo host tonight.
No,
Bro doesn't
lies.
exist.
Lies. Ignore Corndan.
Doesn't exist. We should all just pretend Bro doesn't exist, and it'll be fine.
Okay, you know what, everybody?
Now it's time for our Final Fantasy block tonight.
Yeah, let's go over and talk to Rain and see if I actually pop up now.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay. I'm here, yes! I did not cease existing.
All right, no, still existing's good.
I know.
Still existing is good.
Yeah, I thought that I had stopped existing for a little while because Discord didn't, our layout didn't recognize me as a real human being, but here I am real, and there are plenty of reasons to be scared.
But this game is not one of them. I'm really excited.
Definitely not. This game is not a reason to be scared at all. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm actually very much excited for this. I mean, why did I just maximize YouTube? I'm not doing anything with YouTube. What is happening with my brain? How do I capture stuff? What is this? Okay, Rain, look. You're doing some Theatrhythm thing. I know that a Theatrhythm game is coming out later that is going to have a lot of
demo
cool
comes
stuff.
out tomorrow.
Technically, it's out in some regions. I've seen someone already post some scores online from the demo. I know it's from the demo because it has a different layout that definitely looks like it's from Final Bar Line. So someone somewhere has already started playing the demo.
Oh, those cheaters.
Oh, yeah. But tomorrow the demo launches officially. It's got 30 songs from like 6 different Final Fantasies. Probably not everything you're looking for, but FF7's in there. I think 15, 5. Yeah. Honestly,
it's a good...
The main reason I want to do this is I wanted to build up hype for Final Bar Line, because Final Bar Line is, you know, the game I've been waiting for forever. And it's obviously, you see I have a cabinet here, but I imported this thing. This thing cost me just a little bit. And, you know, obviously I've done what I can, but it's just, I've been waiting for Final Bar Line. There's even some people who have cabs like me who've modified them so they can put their Switch in it and still play with the arcade controls and the arcade screen. Some people have already started doing that. It's great.
That's
awesome.
Really cool. But
yeah,
I know that we were talking and you were like, I want to show this off to people. I want to show off what I've got. You know, you got it mostly so that you could have fun. And, you know, in speedrunning, we don't really do too many... well, I mean, sure, rhythm games have been showing up at JDQs more and more. But still, like, Theatrhythm has yet to have a really solid showing anywhere. And I'm just glad that we're able to have it here.
Unfortunately, I am probably the best person you're going to find in the States. That's actually probably a lie. I know people on the servers who have this cab who put like me to shame completely, and that's just horrible to say. But so I've kind of prepared a list. We're going to basically mostly play on the Transcendent difficulty, which is the highest one, the one they added late. But we're going to start off with hard. I got about a 15 song set list here set out. Depending on my timeout of this is I had like 50 minutes on that, so I might be able to play one more set with some extra stuff, but we'll see. But to kind of start off, you know, I wanted to show you what like the tip top of hard looks like, because that's kind of like they do have like originally the game only came out and like 10 was kind of like the tip. And then they added more for Transcendent, and after they did that, they kind of upped up. So this is just on hard. The main thing about this is there isn't too much like multi-hand stuff. It's a lot of simple, but the biggest difference between this and your Theatrhythm on the DS is it's 2 buttons, 2 sticks.
Okay.
So when you play it on the Switch or the PS4, you're gonna need something that does 2 kind of simultaneous things at the same time. So that's a double arrow right there. You get some transitions here, obviously with 2 buttons being held, so you remember. But it's a nice little comfy game. Definitely got all your favorite Final Fantasy music. This is kind of a medley of the openings. So,
is this similar to a song you showed off the last time you were here?
Probably. And then the biggest other thing is, in this version, they added in rainbow criticals, which is basically your critical, but a little bit better.
Okay.
Kind of the thing with like how DDR added Magnificent and all the other stuff. So that will be kind of new for people not used to it. There's now not just criticals, there's rainbow criticals. You're also seeing me here like this new holding a direction. That was normally like only in like field battle stuff. They kind of spread it out more. I'm also using a slightly different arrow color set. So this is like if you were to go play the game, it's not the default. I just find this one's a little easier for me to recognize the differences. So,
yeah. I'm a little colorblind. I think that like accessibility is an important thing,
Yeah. And they have different color sets. This is just the one I play with. So
are the different colors like which side you're supposed to use on either the stick or the button?
That's the thing with Theatrhythm is that there is no side indication. You can use either button. Technically, in a lot of cases, you can just do one-handed. So that transition's technically doable with that, but like in this case, you do have to use both buttons. Obviously, you see I'm putting everything there.
Pulling out
but
the
there's nothing saying I don't have to alternate. I can go.
You can just do most of it one-handed?
Yeah, as long as it's that. It doesn't say you have to do one side or the other. It just requires the inputs there. Which kind of leads into problems with the way it registers stuff, is if you over-tap or over-accentuate, it can take inputs. So like say, I like these ones are holds, but in cases where you have to hit simultaneous directions, it'll read like a bounce back on the thing as the direction. So you have to be kind of careful about like not being overly hard. But you kind of get something like that. That's pretty simple.
Okay, good. You did it. You cleared it.
Now the scoring system in this game is a bit weird. I technically can't fail any songs. My party can die a lot. I won't get a lot of drops because that's how this game worked. But it's just not how the thing is. So
the score is the most important thing then.
Yeah. So anything over 700K is an A, S is over 800K, 850 is a double S, and anything over 900K is triple S.
Now, for every single song.
Yeah, perfect score is all nines, like Final Fantasy does. It's really hard to get in all nines because it's all rainbow verticals. So this is now just kind of the menu theme, but this one's kind of... I picked this one up because it does a little bit more of these kind of things where you kind of see what the system will throw at you in these transcendent ones, where it does a lot of weird transitions, a lot of opposite direction stuff with like double presses. Or here I'm holding an arrow and then I have to use the other directional to hit the corresponding other one. And so you kind of just see what's going on here. That's why I picked this one. It's not a very interesting song, but...
Yeah, so just to clarify, the fingers section that you have is essentially the touch screen area that you have, and then the thumbs that you're using, those are the button pushes, right?
Yeah, so these are actually just arcade sticks underneath my hands that I'm moving, so...
They're just lit up, so it's hard to see on the camera.
Yeah, because they're like crystal balls on the cab. Like, they are like crystals, like, because it's Final Fantasy. Why wouldn't you do crystals?
Yeah.
I have to say the worst thing about is my most common error in this game is holding stuff slightly too long, because as I said, it's not very particular about which button you hold or which sequence you do. So it could be a case where if I don't let go of a button enough, the sensor won't read I took it off, and it'll do that. That's my most common error in this game, is just not taking my hands off fast enough.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go into a good one here, something a little more fast paced. No, it's not this one. It's this one. Yeah, sorry.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
I make the list out and I write it out in some form, and then I forget what I meant by it. Luckily, I wrote enough notes I could piece it out, but
yeah.
And so you can kind of hear the one thing that's kind of interesting with a lot of Theatrhythm is that they'll make you play different parts of the song and kind of switch between them without a lot of notice. So if you're very familiar with the song, you can kind of pick up what it's doing.
Yeah.
But if you're not aware and you're not used to it, you can be playing the main part and it'll ask you to play a background part. And then, as I said, the biggest issue with this game is that the error correction is not great. If you mess up something, it's likely you're going to mess up a section until it you get back to clean.
Yeah.
Because it's going to look for what it's looking for. So you kind of get these little sequences that are a bit rough. But as you can kind of see, I've done pretty well with a lot of these things, but sometimes my execution's just not perfect, and so you mess up one button, and it kills your combo.
It just
and
cascades.
Then,
Yep.
And it's super hard cascades because it's not looking for a specific left arrow or a right arrow. You have to kind of course correct it and then go back to normal. Which, if anyone's ever played music, think about if you missed an 8th note and then you have to try to fit in a 16th somewhere to correct it and then go back on timing.
Normally, you would try to skip stuff.
Yeah, but if you skip it, it will hold stuff a little bit long, so it keeps going and going. So you either have to hope that you're in a sequence of buttons and the next correct input you'll get is an arrow, so it'll let you recorrect it that way. Or, in a lot of these higher difficulties, you'll see the stuff is just not nice. Because as I said, we're not I've been doing 12s. Next one's gonna be a 12, and then we're gonna step up into 13s.
Ooh, okay.
I'll show you a 16 at the end. I'm not gonna do amazingly well at it, but I've gone from not being able to read a 16 to be able to read the 16, but my hands cannot do it yet.
I assume that my stupid fingers would fail fairly quickly.
It's just one of those things of, as you're playing this game, you'll find out that the biggest portion of this game is especially in battle sequences with the 4 tracks, because the track kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's all about parsing the sequence. So,
for me, it's really I enjoy rhythm games. It's just I'd prefer to play almost anything else. I gotta be honest.
And then there is kind of a nice thing about, at least on the arcade, as I've noticed, is if the direction is non-direct, like a corner case, it'll take the diagonals as an actual valid input.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh. I do like that, like, as you're playing this, like, one of the things is that it's really hard to pay attention to all of the things going on in the background while you're playing, but if you're watching, then heck, there's a lot of goofiness going on here.
Well, I know you guys kind of can't see my summon meter being built up in the top right because I have my hand cam there, but I am building up summons to be used. My summon is based off of my lead, which is Cecil. Your summons are always based off your leads. The one thing I like about Theatrhythm is it's always had the Final Fantasy feel, so you're always killing monsters with your kind of performance. And so you get drops, you get experience. In the original Theatrhythm, your score was kind of dictated by what you used in your troop. So it was only possible to get 7999999 if you had any equipment on your characters or used anything. You had to go in naked, quote unquote, to get a 200,000 bonus to get max scores.
Oh,
so
yeah, I
they
remember
incentivized
that.
you from
Yeah.
the original. And then when they did Curtain Call, they said that's dumb and opened it up. And made
Good.
it so you could use whatever you want to use. Okay. Now we're gonna go over FF7. We're gonna do your attack on the map because I know a lot of people have probably either been revisiting FF7 through remake, retrograde, all that other fun stuff.
Maybe
we're gonna
we
see
might
remake right after this.
We might see a little bit later.
Yeah. So
maybe we'll see Onion too.
Maybe.
Oh, I hope so. They made a remake, says Pauline. Yeah, as it turns out. Wait, you're playing that up next. Come on. Oh, no. Imagine coming onto Don't Make Us Bored and doing a game that you had never even heard of before. Who would have done that? I think
I'm
that's
sure plenty
happened.
of people actually. But as like you kind of get on with these difficulties, they add in little sequences. Some of them you can tell when the dev team like was starting to get their feelings on what you could do with these.
Yeah.
Because like as this is a 13, this one's not a very hard 13. But one of the nice things about this is that they'll make you do sections and they know songs are kind of repetitive. So they'll find different ways to kind of make you do the same sequence.
Yeah.
And it gets kind of weird. So I am kind of a little bit right-hand dominant with buttons and very left-hand dominant with arrows.
Okay.
But there's nothing that stops me from using like one hand to do stuff.
I mean, it makes sense. A lot of people probably are. You know, you used to playing with controllers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is one of the songs that's in the demo that's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know what.
I don't know if it's this
available, but it's definitely on there. I know that much. I didn't know about the list until today. I made my list last night because I went through. I was like, "What do I feel pretty good about that I'm not gonna absolutely flub?"
Yeah, that was a pretty good score, an A there. again, the thing is with rhythm games, it takes an incredibly long time for people to get really, really good. And honestly, you're already still kicking butt. You know, there's still room for growth, and that's completely fine.
There's a lot of room for growth, and a lot of it's just getting my hands used to sequences and making sure you play correctly. Because as I said, once you screw something up, it's bad. And I have to say this: the one fault of this game is your score is very heavily based on your chains. So like you start to see more and more upward momentum the better you get, but your floor is kind of low because of that.
Wow, this is intense.
So one thing that's kind of unique about the double directions is because the direction doesn't really matter which stick does what. It'll sometimes show you alternating visions, and kind of like if you guys watch the, Step Mania showcase on GDQ, it's kind of like a dev intended helper to tell you how you should kind of do it. So if it shows something like it looks like a down up and an up down, they're technically the same input. You could do the same thing twice. But if it's alternating there, it's kind of like a dev way of telling you, hey, you should kind of do it this way.
I can appreciate that.
I like that.
And like there, I messed up, and so the directions started to eat each other. And then I didn't double tap. Like, I think the last time I showed this off, this kind of stuff would trip me up really bad.
You've definitely improved in these sections, yeah.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
And part of, like, a bit of that, I lost some directions. And as you see, like, I would let go of the direction and try to, like, hit the direction I was supposed to hit. But letting go accidentally would bounce it and drop it.
Yep.
It's all about, like, keeping your inputs clean. Like, is kind of the biggest, I'd have to say, thing that's held me back is, one, how do I know if I'm playing it right if my inputs aren't clean? So once you get clean inputs, then if you're reading it right, can you do that correctly, cleanly? And there's a lot of, like, tricky stuff. Obviously, some of it's yet to come. So now I've kind of just stuck to Final Fantasy, so these next three songs are not from Final Fantasy games.
See, Corndan, what they need to do in the new Theatrhythm is put, like, the first level theme from Alien 2 into it, because they made that before Final Fantasy 1. They gotta do it.
Why not?
Square, if you're watching this, if you're listening, that's my requested song. Okay, it was made by Nobuo Uematsu, so you gotta put it in. Come on.
All right. But so if you guys are familiar with Square IPs and stuff, we're going to go through three different ones. One which everyone in this chat should know. The other two, maybe not so much.
Is one of them Rad Racer?
No. I wish. But that's not on here. I don't know of that being on the song. We'll play another one later. But for now, we're first going to jump down. And Saga was technically a spawn-off series. So here is the Underground Road from Romancing Saga. It's actually what I would say is like the water trench. It's underwater road, basically kind of the same thing you saw in like FF6. You take the under tunnel. That's what this kanji is. So it's the underwater tunnel, underwater road, undersea tunnel. Different ways you can translate it.
Okay.
But so this is a 13 field, so you're gonna see some kind of mean things it'll pull. Kind of like being aggressive with these up downs.
Just a bit.
If you didn't get that the song goes up and down, I don't know what to tell you.
You've got at least one big fan of this song in chat. And that's good. This is... Yeah, I actually am not familiar with this one, but I really like this too. This is good.
It's good.
I tried to pick some bangers, but I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of bangers in this game, period. The arcade version shipped out with 386 songs at the end of its life, or 366. One of those two numbers. So there's quite a few on here. Final Bar Line's toting way more. I think it's up at 500 now. So you're going to get a lot out of it. But you kind of saw it had me do the rhythm tapping things there.
Oh yeah, I like this alternating style here too. That you have notes on the offbeat. It's a little bit hard to tell just because there's a bit of a desync
this one's
between...
like kind of... Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I could
No, it's not your fault. It's fine.
Like this one, this section always gets me because I have to do one hand kind of at a repeated pace, and the other one has to fill in, and it's my brain's still not quite there on that one.
I really like it. You can hear it in the bass, the offbeat notes that come in, and it's definitely a challenge that you got a lot of those. Like, come on, we've got an A out of that. That's great.
Yeah, that one's actually my best performance yet at 7.5.
Nice.
Which is great.
Heck
it's great.
yeah.
As you saw, it's new best. Now, I'm going to have to go down. I have to give out shout-outs to T26G. His No Future. If you haven't paid attention, they've used No Future as difficulties in more recent stuff, but from Saga Frontier, I'm sorry, this is like one of the bangers out of Saga Frontier.
Okay.
Yeah, like... So visually, this one tripped me up for such a long time because of how the arrows are coming and everything. But I've kind of figured it out, and I'm still working on cleaning up the inputs mentally. But
yeah, I can see that being a bit of a difficulty for this.
This is one of my favorite songs from this game. This and the title theme.
You know, sorry to say, the only Saga game that I've played is Unlimited Saga.
That's a problem for you, because that one is by far the worst one in the entire series.
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
I mean, if you're going to think about it, it's par for him.
Yeah, but that was when I was growing up. I know literally
Remake
nothing.
is on Steam for cheap. Like, pick it up. The game is
good?
awesome. Yeah, oh yeah, Saga Frontier is one of my favorite Square games.
Okay, good to know.
Okay, it's like $25 on Steam, and it's still totally worth it.
Okay,
they did a remaster of it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I can put it on a wish list.
I had my directions backwards.
That's sort of the story of rhythm games. Like, as soon as you lose what you're doing for something, it's just really difficult to get back into it.
It's a lot. It's tricky. I've gotten really close to an A on that, and a lot of it just comes down to if I get my directions right in that sequence. It's a little hard to pierce. And then the one that I'm hoping everyone here recognizes is Chrono Trigger.
Oh, I've heard of that game. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you have. I think someone's close to you speedrun it once or twice. Just saying.
I've only beaten this game several times.
But obviously, this is a 14. It's one of the nice tougher ones out there. It's I like the double directions alternating into the other ones. It's great. It totally doesn't screw with your hands at all.
Oh, not at all.
Rectangulars.
This is one of the best boss themes in the game, easily.
I like this little section where you go from a double hold to the directions. It's kind of fun to play with the hands and do. Because you get to hold and then just boom. Just like the triples.
At least these doublets here are in the exact opposite direction. That seems to make it feel a little easier.
Yeah.
Wow.
That last little sequence is actually kind of fun to play, but if you get off a little bit, you saw at the end, like I kind of lagged slightly and you could see it just started going all goods. And that's just, it's really hard to recover when like you have to do ups. Like the buttons in that fast, easy. Directions, not so much.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep. I mean, it's honestly like I'm hoping you guys are at least enjoying the music, even if my play is not perfect. But
we're loving it all. This is great.
I'm hoping you guys can see like what my hands are doing, and that it's at least interesting enough in that way. I know it's no Stepmania like super level, high level play or anything, but I feel like you don't see Theatrhythm. It's got its own quirks to it. Like it's really weird being like a 2-button, 2-stick thing, and it like. When they start off in the game, difficulties 1 through 10 are kind of like a warm-up because they don't play too much of the 2 sticks. I'm wondering if they adjusted that for Final Bar Line, but definitely that extra difficulty where they were like, all right, you know what? We got 4. You can definitely hit sticks and buttons at the same time. We're going to make you have fun with it.
I think that's great. And honestly, like one thing, there are people who are the best of the best, and you don't have to be the best of the best in order to still have a lot of fun with games. Octopath Traveler time. Yeah, this is a good hit.
I mean, I have to play. If you guys aren't paying attention, I think Octopath 2 is coming out shortly as well.
Ooh, okay.
So
I still need to beat the first one, but
I haven't played the first one yet either.
The music is one of the best parts. Like, absolutely recommended if you haven't. I don't care for the stories. They were meh. But this, what I love about this boss theme is that a lot of the times there was like some other battle theme that would play, and then it would lead into this when you finally got into the battle, and it would have a transition from the previous song into this, depending on where you were in that theme. Like, it was very impressive music-wise. Like, Rain, if you enjoy music, which I think you do, it's a lesson. It's absolutely mastercraft, the music in it.
Oh, I know. I've heard a lot of the bangers. I've watched people play Octopath. I just haven't.
No, even just the transitions into the boss themes. That's what you gotta experience, Rain, because it's so brilliant.
Well, I can tell because this song goes through I think several different movements in itself. I could tell that they were smart about it and they let that kind of build up to this stuff because.
Yeah, all of this is a single. Generally, I think it's a chapter boss theme, and it just goes on for so long before it repeats. It's super cool.
My ups aren't going. My hands are getting a little tired. I probably shouldn't have done as much of a warm-up as I did.
That happens. Oh, apparently some people looked into all of the battle music that was made for the game, and apparently all of it runs at the same speed and the same rhythm, and because of that, it's very easy to transition from one to the next. Which is really cool.
Oh, that transition seems terrible, right? They're hard to do.
Oh, this is rough.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm excited for final bar, touch, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my hands got lost in there. But you can see, it's very feast or famine in the higher difficulties. And hard, there's a lot more breaks, a lot easier time for you to kind of get a bearing on everything between transitions and phases. This one will just keep you going.
Yeah. That's really cool. But yeah, Rain, that's going to be your homework, okay? You need to play Octopath 1 at the least to hear, the way that they do music, and to sort of experience, even just, experiment entering battles at different points in the song, because you'll be very impressed with how it does transitions. It's just, bang, it blew my mind. I think people are ready for Megalomania, though.
Dude, I'm sorry. If you have not played Live Alive, whatever you want to call it.
It is Live Alive.
But
we have confirmed.
I played it. So funny enough, I bought this for $1 years ago as a Japanese cart, imported it for $1. And I've nenever regretted that decision. This game is so great. The stories are amazing. And I've
only played part of Live Alive, and I need to play more. What I really appreciate, though, is that people are also really good at not spoiling anything about it, other than saying it's good, you need to play it. So thank you, everybody who does not spoil the game. You are all the true heroes.
Speaking of all these old Squaresoft games getting remasters, you know what needs a remaster and a translation? Is Bahamut Lagoon.
I was going to say Alien 2. Come on. But yeah, Bahamut Lagoon probably. Yeah, my biggest hope, honestly, they really... I think they took a risk with doing Live Alive because people love it. And they probably are like, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. And let's see if people over in the West will support it as much as, they talk about it. And I hope that they've seen enough support to make it worthwhile.
Sorry, I was jamming out a bit to that one, but it's I love playing that song. It's got it's got nice.
Sorry, that's an A rank. That's awesome.
Yeah, A rank. Come on, you did good.
I honestly, anything in Transcendent that I get an A on, I feel great about. Really.
Yeah, that's
now
understandable.
we have to give love to Benjamin. We have to give love to Benjamin. Yeah, you realize this is a Japanese cabinet, so it says Final Fantasy USA. So go ahead, USA in chat, or just red, white, and blue. But Mystic Quest, because Mystic Quest, man.
Heck yeah, USA. I mean, we had Mario USA.
Yeah.
We had Final Fantasy USA. We had all the important USA games. I remember playing this when I was a kid, and I was like, I don't like this. But it's actually a fine game.
I didn't get to play this until I was an adult.
You probably appreciated it more.
Probably. Because I played it, I was like, it's not that bad.
We got stuck.
And it's simplified a little bit, but not bad.
That was my biggest problem. I couldn't figure out how to make progress.
Maybe not. Maybe hard to say. Is the game fun? I like it.
Did it deserve it? It deserved it as much as the Final Fantasy Legend games did.
Well, I will argue that those didn't either, because those should have come out as Saga games.
Oh, people are saying FF Legend were Saga. Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, that's what they were. They were Saga games in Japan that were launched with the Legend title in America because they didn't think Saga would do well as a name.
I mean,
I'll have you know, you can buy all of the Game Boy Saga games on Steam for $20.
Huh. Oh yeah, that's right, you can. I think I got them on Switch though.
Yeah, and then Final Fantasy Adventures with Seiken Densetsu.
Yep.
That's right, yeah. I need to play that collection as well. I've always wanted to play the translations. Like, I played a tiny bit of the fan translation of Seiken Densetsu 3, but that's it.
And so then play Seiken Densetsu 3 right in the mana pack, and then play the remake, because the remake is actually really good.
Yeah, the remake Trials really good. I like it. There's a few things I have qualms with, but you know what? At the end of the day, they did good. Like, the weird thing is like, due to the way they changed it, the only thing I'll say is you end up a little higher leveled in the remake than you do in the original.
It's not that far off, though.
But if you really want to be technical, the nice thing about it is it makes the transition into second classes so much better. But, this is coming from a guy who's tried to speedrun the original at one point and busted his head through some stuff and had to farm things and gave up.
Yeah,
but yes, go play Trials of Mana.
It's great. Now,
there are too many video games.
Here. We're on my last planned set here, so I should be around like 42 minutes or so.
You're at like 39 minutes right
39,
now.
39, you're a little ahead.
Well, I might have, when I was marking this down, might have included the time writing, which probably was a bit more than us talking between songs. Because I
Yeah, that's fine.
So, that's fine. More music for you guys. So the next thing is that I kind of want to go into these really hard things. So at this little section in the game, they have all of these remixes from that are kind of in Theatrhythm that they did. And I'm going to go with, the menu arrange is a 14. Then we're going to step into Genova because it's a 15. And I'll take you into the Giant / the Moon for 16. Now these songs are, when I say this is a 14, this is kind of this one's tricky. I think it's slightly underrated, but there's some songs that are just, you look at it and it's Now this one also has like some of the most like least used directionals, which is like your 90-degree turns and the doubles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen those in any of the songs you've played so far.
Yeah, it's something they kind of just figured out later and later. So the more newer songs tend to have them, and I kind of picked through a foray to kind of let you see some stuff as you go. Ugh. This is what I mean by like Transcendent doesn't really give you kind of that breathing room to get fixed.
Yeah.
You just gotta be good.
And then you have the original kind of doubles in here.
I'm not gonna say the Dark Souls thing.
It's just like, as you can see, like some Transcendent songs just do not give you room to breathe. They want you to play perfectly. That's about my normal. And a lot of that is like you get on a bad track anywhere, and it's just so hard to recover. Like it's one of those things that like when I get good at this song, I'm gonna go from a C to an A to an S really quick. Just how it is.
So people are talking about killing God with the chainsaw.
Yeah, that's a Saga thing.
Okay. Apparently that's something
that's a Saga thing.
Yeah, that's it's one way to do a thing in Saga.
Okay, time to kick Genova's butt. Oh, look at how cute Genova is, just with those wiggly little arms.
And those ears.
She's got big ears. Oh, she's dead. Goodbye. Ah, she's back! Uh-oh, what did she bring with her? Like, I know what you are, Genova. You are Mother. And it's fine.
All right, we're halfway there.
Woo!
So at the top is a kind of a length of the track thing. You guys don't get to see the last little bit because the hand cam. Sorry. But
oh no!
Hand cam's worth it though.
Yeah, there's Jugbo chilling there, just sort of watching. Well, here's the problem, Luigi. Too many Genovas.
this final sequence, I'm still working on how to read it properly.
It's all good. I am. But, see, you got the last ones. That's what matters.
I appreciate it, bro. But like, you can see, like, this stuff does not get easier. I'm still working it out. Ooh, that's my best from that one so far. Guess that's just practice. Minor improvement.
Yeah, like little by little. That's all we ask for.
Yeah, one day when I get so good, maybe we'll do it again. But for now, this is it. Like, before I was stumbling through these, I'm at least able to read, parse through them, play sequences, and you know, at the end of the day, I could sit here and say I can read the track, but playing it's a different question.
Oh no, dubstep. Gotta have the dubstep Final Fantasy stuff in here. Bang, bang. Oh my gosh, that was just making me think for a second. There was some music one time that, like, we went to an outdoor festival, and I'm not exactly sure how it affected Justin this much, but he ended up vomiting because of the bass in the music. And I'm like, holy crap.
It can happen.
Yeah, well, it did. Right there, on the grass. He just sat down, he's like, I need to vomit, and then vomited, and then he's like, I feel fine now. But what the crap? I've just never heard of, like, music doing that to someone.
Yeah.
But then again, like, if you go to an outdoors, like, hip event, you're probably gonna have, like, that had loud music. It's gonna have that bass. You just gotta have that bass. Hey, 525.
Yeah. Like, it's not
million.
You were almost at your best.
That was
like 1,000 points off.
Yeah.
It's, you know, sitting down at a machine and reading those is one thing. Sitting down and getting your hands to play them is a completely different thing. And, like, there was a time, I think a couple months back, where I was like, you know, how much have I progressed? I went and sat down, put one of the songs on, and I'm like, I can understand this. I can get it. Now, there's still some sequences in the 16 that are just beyond my parsing, where they're just throwing too many things all at once, and the biggest part about it is getting your hands to do what you want them to do, kind of, in this sequence. But we're on extra time now. That was the main program. So I'm going to do one last set, and then I'll let you guys skedaddle, because that'll probably be closer to an hour. And
be close, yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So I'll ask you, Brossentia or Corndan, you guys got a request? Or if not, I'll just play whatever.
So are there any Secret of Mana songs in here?
Yes, there are. There.
So I we play the Mana Beast?
I was going to say, like, if you... My only request would be if there's Final Fantasy 14 Alexander...
Oh, yeah, there's 14
stuff,
Alexander.
Then I would say that would be worth it.
All right. Okay, I got you. So for Secret of Mana, we got...
yeah.
Yeah, this one's the good one. Yeah.
I mean, the other one's good, too.
This one's better.
Yeah. But, you know, definitely not here. We do have 14. So I'll jump over to 14 after this.
Yeah, there are very few times that I've gotten to a boss, like I did in Final Fantasy 14, and laughed because of the music.
The Alexander music is so good.
It's so good. Like, the Alexander music, especially the Super Fighting Robot version. Yeah, that one's amazing. Of course, Good King Moogle is fantastic. By the way, yeah, if anybody here has not played the Alexander raids in Final Fantasy XIV, all you have to know is essentially you get a Transformers-esque sequence, and the music matches that. I don't know if that one's in it specifically, but I'm hyping up something I don't know if we'll hear, because we're hearing something amazing right now anyway.
I mean, I would argue this is the best song to come out of Secret of Mana.
I think it is. Although I really like the Seasons one.
What?
You're leaving that to Secret of Mana only, right?
Yeah. Like playing through Secret of Mana, right? Specifically just Secret of Mana, I think this is the best song in the game. And it's a game with a boss soundtrack across the board.
Yeah. I would say this and like the Forest of Seasons, whatever you want to call it, that's one of my favorite parts.
I think that's your best.
I will tell you this by a little bit.
New record.
By a lot.
I haven't played that song in forever, so I just haven't been referenced, so I didn't know what to expect. Is a little
Meridian Child is good. There's so much good stuff.
Yeah, they have. So you said 14.
Yes,
please. It has Tactics, USA, go through 15, we're at 14. So which Alexander? Because we have Rise,
If we've got the one with the brass.
Are you talking about this one, or is it this one? No, that's forward and back.
No.
Clearly, if he can't decide, then it should be a Long Fall, and this is the one he's probably referring to.
Long Fall's not on here. It's too new.
Ah!
The
Oh my
most
gosh,
latest
okay.
is Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi's on here. That's the last track. Final Bar Line has fixed it. Long Fall's on there, along with...
Does anybody know which one has the brass one? The brass section that basically dips into ska?
It might be this one.
I think it's this one. Yeah, for sure. Go with this. Yeah! Here we go.
I haven't played this one on Transcendent. You see, it's got no score on it. So
I'm ready. We'll get a new score. Yeah, Brute Justice. Yo. People are saying they love how it's Goblin singing and Goblin lyrics. Yeah.
Yep.
The Goblins in Final Fantasy XIV are amazing, everybody, if you've never played it. There he is! For some of the robots, anyways.
Yeah. Some robots.
Almost.
Should have.
Wow. That was
That's for
pretty
sight,
dang good.
I have not. Well, one for me that is almost a B. I have not heard that song in forever, to be honest.
It's such a good one.
Sorry, I have been doing Rise and other other stuff just because I can. Now I will end us with Chocobo. But
sounds good.
Use Chocobo.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because I just like it. I like it. It's fun to play. I'm tired, so I'm gonna mess it up, but it's fine. It's fun.
Let's do it.
Remember, Chocobo Rodeo. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's real fun.
I'm tired of all this, and I can't do all this, and you still get an A in that. That's still awesome.
I'm so tired. I just got an A.
Now, like, the song is just, it's got energy to it, which helps. I'm going to be honest on that.
Oh, yeah,
But,
for sure.
Like, this is, you know, All-Star Carnival. It's the arcade cabinet. It's kind of cool. So, just to, you know, obviously White Mage Chocobo here. I've been using this party the whole time. It's the only party I've been using in this game. You have to know why. Well, it's okay. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. You know, shut up music. Please get Final Bar Line. Support it, please. Even if it's later, it's kind of a big deal to me. That it's coming.
The demo is free, and you get to play 30 songs. Like,
not 30 songs. It's done. 30 different songs, as much as you want until it's out.
Yeah, go do it.
Wow.
Don't go to the website that you see in the Thank You for Playing site. That thing's been dead ever.
I will definitely be I'll definitely be playing it when it comes out. I'll probably get the download as well for the demo that comes out tomorrow, everybody. Tomorrow.
It's PS4 and Switch.
PS4, Switch.
I've got a Switch.
Get used to it. It's got battle mode. If you see me on there, I'm sorry. I'll try my best not to smoke you. Just kidding. You'll probably beat me. Because I'm used to this. I'm not used to the Switch or PS4, whatever you see me on. But, you know, it's got all the different modes.
So when do your Switch mods? When do the Switch mods happen so you can play on this cabinet?
Yeah, it'll be great. One last thing. One thing that's really cool. It has a whole bunch of different modes. The most important one, it's got a streamer mode. It'll have your inputs on it, your track, what song you're doing, your team, your record on it, and your current path.
I am so really glad. Cool. Like, that's one thing that I really want to support. Like, them making it streamer friendly, having everything that you like, so that you can stream it, and encouraging rather than punishing people who are fans of the game. Yeah,
it's awesome. It's legitimately awesome.
Yeah, so I have not been able to look at chat this whole time because I only have this one screen in front of me. So obviously, thank you guys for having me. Hopefully, it was as full as energy as I could give. I'm kind of sweating now, and this isn't even like a huge movement game.
You did really well. Thank you so much, Rain.
This was awesome.
I'm so glad that, like, you're able to come back every once in a while. It's always fun to talk to you. It's I'm just really glad to hear from you now.
Yeah, I mean, I might be doing some more stuff. I've been talking about doing speedruns of Heaven on High with a pal of mine. Yes, we actually did 2 full runs of Heaven on High, like, on last Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, we did 200 floors of Heaven on High. 200 floors.
I don't know what that is, but 200's a big number.
It's a 14 deep dungeon, bro. If you ever want to go through
that's right.
I can take you through it.
Yeah, I need to get through level 50 of Palace of the Dead first.
That's
speaking
easy.
of
I
that,
can do that with you.
Cool. I gotta go do that with some people. Maybe I could do that with you sometime. Maybe some other people. Well, everybody, thank you so much, Rain. I very much appreciated it. Yeah, whatever. I still appreciate it. And I just got really excited. Cool. Well, take care, rest your hands, and we'll see you hopefully in the near future. Yeah.
Hopefully. But everyone have a good night, and just last thing, please, final bar line. That's all.
Yeah, final bar line. All right, Rain. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Well, everybody, we've got 2 more games coming up tonight. Next, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final VR Challenge with PaulineRagny, and then ItchingForNewGames going to be showing us next Jump Shmup Tactics. I am excited for both of these. We're going to have a small little break, though, as I stand up and run to the restroom. Everybody else, get yourself a drink. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed and followed and who is supporting the channel. It's extremely helpful. And we'll see you all in about a minute for PaulineRagny's Final Fantasy VII Remake Challenge. Be back then. Hello, everybody. I'm back from the small little break. Thank you all for being here. I'm super excited. Again, it's because of all your support that we've been able to have this show going on. This is episode 95. We're almost to 100 episodes of the show so far. Don't make us bored. It's been an absolute blast. Let me go and bother Corndan real quick, because Corndan is chilling with PaulineRagny, who is doing our next game. And I guess jumping in there.
I started playing this, right? Had, purposely avoided all the spoilers and stuff. When I got to that scene, that was the most amazing part of this game.
God, I love this game. I love this
game. Hey, y'all.
Great. Hi, Brossentia.
Hi, Brossentia.
I'm sneaking in. It's weird. As soon as I hopped in here, Discord Like, it seems like every time I change from red to blue room tonight, Discord's like, let's go ahead and do a little crashy-washy for ya. And I'm just going to go ahead and say we're having some Discord things today. There was one thing I wanted to tell Corndan, because we're having a Square Enix night. I'm learning how to run Alien 2 for any or the Famicom Disk System, I suppose.
Because that's probably the easier one to run.
It's better. It honestly is a better game than the MSX version. Not only that, but I learned that I can run that version on my Famicom, my AVS. And I have an AVS here along with a flash card. I don't even need to get any sort of emulated disk system. I can run it on hardware without too much stress, and I am super happy about that. Why am I bringing up Aliens? Because that was actually made by Square back before they made Final Fantasy 1. They made an Aliens game, and it's actually like the first stage's music. All of the music was by Nobuo Uematsu, who is amazing, and you can hear just in the opening theme of the game. It's really good, Pauline. The game's not great, but the music is good. Yeah, we're actually live. I'm just talking a whole bunch. They can't see the game quite yet. I got to capture real quick.
Because just very hyped to show Cloud's mopey face.
That's so good.
He is the mopiest. He's such a mopey boy. You are playing on PS5? I
am playing on PlayStation 5, that is correct.
Okay, cool. I've got it labeled correctly on the layout when people come and bother us, so I'll have one thing correct tonight.
This game is also on PC. It's, the PC version's fine.
Look at Cloud.
I mean, as long as you don't have, like, Intergrade.
So, let me know when,
They see his mopey face.
Okay. All right, and with his friends, looking at him.
This is how I look at Cloud all the time. I just, honestly,
anyway, I love
eternal disappointment.
Photo mode is great. So we're at the end game. Because when you go in like the penultimate chapter of the game, there's like this VR room that has a bunch of like additional challenges, and this is what we're here to see. The actual challenge I'm showing is probably only going to take like about 10 minutes, but I want to take some time to explain the basics of this game, because if you don't understand the several mechanics that I'm going to use, it's going to go entirely too fast.
People are saying, I heard somebody said Cloud accidentally lost his cookie and it was the last one in the box, and then Flannel Cat immediately after said that Final Fantasy story just isn't true. I don't know. I think he did lose his cookie.
Which one? Right, so we're gonna go Tifa versus Soldier Trainee. We're gonna focus on Tifa, mostly because she's gonna be the ones whose mechanics I'm gonna use the most.
Okay.
So this game is kind of a hybrid real-time combat, but also a few like turn-based elements. I can pause whenever.
Okay.
At the bottom right of the screen, you can see that Tifa has like an ATB bar that slowly fills up. But if I attack enemies, it fills up faster.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
Your like real-time attack will never do a lot of damage. They're just here to build up ATB.
Yes.
And then you use your ATB on more powerful abilities. Now, Tifa has this this special mechanic. I'm just gonna get rid of this special mechanic where she powers up. When she's unpowered, she has this uppercut, has her triangle special move.
Yes.
And then one of her ATB abilities is called Unbridled Strength. When I use that, she powers up. She's more powerful now. And her triangle ability change, it becomes Omni Strike. If I use it again, she's even more powerful. She's at full power now, and her triangle ability is Rise and Fall. When I use the triangle ability, she powers down. So those abilities have a very specific role, and I'm gonna show what it is later. Now I'm gonna need to build up my ATB again and avoid this guy because he's trying to change me into a toad.
He's always trying to turn people into toads. Can't imagine that.
One of the main mechanics of this game is the stagger mechanic. You can see like the Sahagan Prince has 2 bars on top of him, like a health bar, and the bar underneath is empty for now. It's the stagger bar. In this game, one of the main mechanics, he's pressured now. So one of the main mechanics is to build up the stagger bar to like stun them for a few seconds, and while they're staggered, they're gonna take more damage. The main way you stagger an enemy is to figure out how to get them into that pressured state. There's no like general way to do it. Like on a lot of enemies, you can just hit them very hard and that'll put them off balance and then they become pressured. But on a lot of bosses, like it's gonna be a little bit of a puzzle. Like for example, a big boss will do like a big swing at you, and if you dodge the swing, because their punch doesn't connect, they'll be off balance, and that puts them pressured. There's a puzzle aspect to it. This enemy is, for example, special in that it has 2 stances, like an attack stance that it had earlier and a defensive stance, and it's pressured in its defensive stance. Now, when an enemy is pressured, you want to use the moves that say increases stagger in the description. They're called focused. So for Tifa, it's focused strike.
Okay.
For Barret, it's focused shot. For Cloud, it's focused thrust. All the moves that say focused increase stagger more than anything else, and that's what you want to use on enemies. Tifa's focus strike is a little special though, and we're gonna see why. So this guy, when he's like this, if I try to attack him, he's gonna counter attack. So I have to be a little careful. Right, I'm gonna use focus strike now, and I'm gonna ask you to look at Tifa's ATB when she hits the enemy. I'm putting it on slow motion there.
Okay.
Her ATB is at half right now, and the moment she hits the enemy, her ATB shot back up.
Oh, considerably.
So the focus strike is a very special ability because it's the only one in the game that if it hits, you get most of that ATB refunded. And this is important because it allows Tifa to spam that ability. You kind of have, like, she's in that animation, recovery animation, where she does a little spin and everything. You kind of have to like cancel out of it with a dodge, because otherwise she doesn't do anything else. But if you do it correctly, you can then just spam that ability. And now I'm going to go a lot faster because I'm going to use like shortcuts that allow me to use the abilities without going into the pause menu.
Yeah.
You ready?
So yeah, like you can just spam the ability and that guy is staggered now. Now, when a guy is staggered, they take additional damage. It says right there, 160% additional damage. Tifa is very special because she can increase that percent damage. There's another character that can do it, but it's very hard to do it. Tifa is the main character that does this.
And it's really easy to do it with Tifa too.
Yeah, she has... Her triangle moves increase that percentage, and she also has one ATB ability that does it, which is called True Strikes. I'm going to do it right now.
Got your number.
That number is at 190. I can use a triangle ability. It's at 110. I'm going to use another True Strike. It's at 140. I'm going to use Omni Strike. This guy is dead. Destroyed.
Worked up a good sweat.
And you can keep that combo going a little bit more. That guy does not have enough health to show everything. I'm going to show one last thing that I'm going to do with Tifa later, and I just need to build up ATB for this. Ghost, come back.
Oh, silly Ghost.
So, this is not a Tifa mechanic. This is a materia that you equip on characters. There's a materia called ATB Boost. which doubles your current amount of ATB. And if you use it correctly, essentially it lets you like do 3 ATB abilities in a row very quickly. So like, for example, right now I have 2 ATB. I'm gonna do an Unbridled Strength to power up. And then I'm gonna use the ATB boost to double my ATB, and I'm back to 2, so I can do 2 more attacks. This is important because I'm gonna be using this a lot to basically, essentially just like insert more true strikes in my combo. So these are the things I wanted to explain with Tifa.
Very nice.
There's a lot of mechanics. I hope I'm not going too fast and it's not like
it will sort of become apparent when you start seeing it all together.
Now again, before we start, there's one last thing. I want to talk a little bit about the build that we're going with here, and mainly Aerith. We're gonna have Cloud, Tifa, Aerith in this challenge.
Okay.
I'm not gonna explain every single materia, that would take too long, but specifically this one, the synergy materia. The description says, allows an ally to follow the leader's attack command with an attack from linked materia. What does that mean? When I'm using either of the other 2 characters and I do an ATB attack, Aerith will automatically use the materia that's attached to this, which is right now the lightning materia. She will automatically throw a lightning bolt. Now, if you played this game on launch, that materia was different. It would require the AI character to have enough ATB and MP to use that spell.
I think I recall that, yeah.
That made it kind of useless because, like, all it did essentially is just automate the action of casting the spell, and you could just, pause the game and do it yourself. It wasn't really a problem, so the material was essentially useless. When they released this game on PS5 and PC, they buffed it, so now it costs nothing. It doesn't cost ATB, it doesn't cost MP. Every single time I do an ATB attack, Aerith is just gonna cast a free lightning bolt.
So what you're saying is it went from broken to broken.
It went from useless to, I'm gonna bend the game in half.
Yeah, it went from broken, like it didn't work.
Right? Honestly, there was one very tiny like edge case where it did more than just you casting the spell, but it was just not worth it. So you remember how Tifa can just spam that one attack?
Yep.
So for every single time I spam that attack, Aerith is just gonna cast lightning bolts.
Okay, that is very, very handy.
Yeah, it's broken.
Underneath, we have a second lightning materia attached to HP absorption. HP absorption, the description says, allows you to recover HP when unleashing an attack of the linked material's type. So whenever she casts a lightning bolt, she gets healed. The reason I did that is because Aerith is essentially going to non-stop be casting lightning bolts. Her AI is never going to defend, never going to block hits. So she's actually gonna, like, there's a chance she gets hit by a bunch of things. And she's kind of fragile. So she needs to heal a lot. It's kind of like a protection, a safety thing. Because I've had so many runs where I've tried this strategy and she just dies in the middle of it.
Oh, I could believe it, yeah.
So this is here to keep her alive, and then she has like a bunch of. She has these 2 magic up materials that together increase her magic by 50%. She has an accessory that increases her magic by 10%. She has the staff that has the highest magic stats. So we're going full in on magic here. And Cloud is kind of just going to be the flex with all the stuff that I couldn't fit in the other 2. He's just gonna be here along for the ride. He's gonna be useful. There's one fight where he's gonna be the main star, but for the most part, it's gonna be the Tifa and Aerith, electrical machine girl show. So we're gonna do 3-person teams versus Top Secret. This was the final hardest challenge in the game when it released. You might notice that there's one below. We'll do that one if we have time later.
Cool.
So, for this challenge, I forgot to say, this challenge will make you fight every single summon in the game in a row, and then at the end, there is a bonus like secret boss that's unique to this challenge. So first off is Shiva. Every single one of these fights, the first thing I'm gonna do is cast Haste with Cloud on everyone. Haste makes it so everyone's ATB is just gonna charge faster.
Yeah.
And Aerith is going to cast a spell called Fleeting Familiar. The description says summon a fairy that attacks your enemy periodically as well as after you use abilities and spell. So Aerith is just gonna have like a little butterfly that whenever she casts a spell, the butterfly just casts additional projectiles of that spell. I'm basically increasing her damage output.
We're turning Aerith into a Gatling gun. Of like
basically, yes. So now I'm just gonna like build up my ATB against Shiva. She's got a lot of ice attacks, but that's fine. Just gonna wait for her to be in a position where she's not gonna move for a while. Block that. There we go. Now I'm gonna cast a fire spell. Shiva is the ice goddess. She's weak to fire, obviously.
Take the lead.
I got it. Think fast.
I need to power up Tifa. Cloud is going to use Focus Thrust to increase her stagger because she's pressured from the fire.
You ready?
And now she's staggered. So a fun thing about Shiva, this is the only boss in this challenge that it works on. She is weak to stop, the stop spell.
What?
Yeah.
You did it.
So
okay.
You cast stop on her. Like the stop spell freezes the enemy completely for the duration of the effect. It also freezes the stagger meter, so you're essentially giving yourself more stagger time.
Oh my gosh, this is
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, it works on a fair amount of bosses. You really ought to like look at the like analyze data. Because if the icon that says immune against stop is not in there, it just works.
Honestly, I wish
never
more games allowed status effects like that. That is great.
This game is great. There are actually a lot of status effects that work. The way they balance it in this game is that their duration is not very long, especially for stuff like stop. Like you see the little icon on her is already depleting, even though I'm in like slow-mo. But it's still very handy. So now I'm gonna do like the true strike combo. Actually, Aerith is gonna do Ray of Judgment just for fun.
Whee!
She's gonna do like a big laser at her. And Tifa's just gonna do her true strike combo.
Let's turn it up.
Ah! Laser time! Woo!
And Shiva's dead. Destroyed.
See you around.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
Now it's time for Fat Chocobo.
Yes,
so, as
Fat
always,
Chocobo time.
Cast Haste, Aerith casts Fleeting Familiar, and Tifa is going to build up ATB and power up. Now she's powered up completely. There's a thing I haven't explained is Tifa, it's an end game ability where all her gloves have like a certain % chance of her starting at like power level 2 when a fight starts. So sometimes she's already like got the Omni Strike and I don't have to power up more than that.
Okay.
Now I want to pressure Fat Chocobo by doing big damage on him. He's pressured and I'm just gonna do the machine gun now.
Think fast. Too bright. You ready?
And he's staggered.
Finish him off.
So this fight has like little Moogles that will throw enemies around you. And I actually have to pay attention to what enemy comes out of this ball because it can be either a bomb, which I do not care about, or it can be a Tonberry, which has the ability to kill me in one hit.
Yeah, that would be less good.
Yeah. I'm still gonna. Okay, let's just. Can I see what it is through the? That is a Tonberry.
Oh, that's a Tonberry. He got sniped. I see him.
I need to. I'm just gonna tell Aerith to strike it with a. Aerith, you died. This is not supposed to happen. Well, we're gonna have to improvise.
Well, yeah, that's fine. We'll see what happens.
Cloud, I'm gonna need you to do some braver.
We can do better. Got your number. There's no escape. Come on. Think fast. Gotcha.
Please die.
Oh
no, Fat Chocobo has a big bomb. This is the one thing that can go wrong when Twong.
I mean,
There we
welcome
go.
to showing something off. You still got through. Holy
We're fine.
crap.
We only get like 50% of our HP back between each fight, but like Aerith has like the healing combo, so she's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just move out of the way because this guy attacks me right away. And I don't want Aerith to get hit while she does Fleeting Familiar. Cloud is gonna cast Haste, and Tifa is gonna build up her gauge. I'm gonna block this. Power up Tifa. He's gonna go underground. No, he's gonna do Tail Whip. Cloud.
Fine, do Tail Whip, whatever.
Where are you, Cloud? Okay. Now he's going there. I want to hit this guy with as much damage as possible to make him pressured before he like does a face change. Yeah, he's moving. I still have some time, so it's fine. Briny Bellow is like a big laser I'm gonna have to bait away. Who is he hitting? He's not hitting Aerith, so I should think.
Yeah, I think
It's
he's going
fine.
after Cloud, maybe.
Yeah, probably fine to do this. Okay, so he's pressured now. We're gonna quickly stagger him. He's staggered.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell. We have to go very fast because his stagger meter drains very fast. It's already like draining this much.
Oh yeah.
And Leviathan is dead.
Yeah, take that,
Now,
nerd. Big water
when you do this challenge, casually, this is the fight that will wreck you. This is the
fight that wrecked me so much trying to do this.
We may or may not see why it's the hard fight, depending on how this goes. So I'm gonna cast Haste, as always. I'm gonna be using Cloud mostly here because Bahamut is very aggressive, and Cloud has a stance that allows him to do guard counters, and he also has an ability called Counter Stance, which is a better guard counter.
Ooh,
I'm gonna tell Aerith to cast Fleeting Familiar.
What do you think of this trick?
So he's about to attack me.
one.
I'm gonna use Counter Stance, which Cloud will just go into like a position, and when he gets hit, he will do a very powerful counter attack.
I'm waiting.
This procs Aerith to do a magic cast, by the way.
Jittery? Get him!
Yeah, to do the lightning, right?
Yeah. Ugh.
Because it doesn't matter who you use an ATB attack with.
He grabbed Cloud, which I need to stop.
What a jerk.
Too bright? Bring it! Get him!
I love the echo during the slow-mo. Uh-oh, he's counting
Didn't
down.
go quite as planned, but he's pressured now. So yeah, Bahamut is a mechanic where every once in a while he will charge up like a countdown. When that goes to 0, he just nukes you. He casts Mega Flare. He can survive Mega Flare, but I'm not decked out to survive Mega Flare, so we have to kill him before that. I'm gonna have Cloud cast Blizzaga because it's a spell that does the most stagger buildup.
Okay.
That's it! something?
Go back to Cloud. This is a hard one to dodge. The projectiles, you have to dodge them specifically, like left, then right, because otherwise you get hit by them.
Yeah.
Tifa has an easier time to dodge them because she's so fast. So Tifa got hit by the breath attack, which removed the haste buff, so I have to reapply that.
All right, I see you. Try me. I see you. Let's do this. I see you.
Well, he's being grabbed again.
Again, Bahamut, stop this. What a bad dragon.
Oh no. Cloud, you got hit very hard. Cloud is gonna heal. So, Bahamut is under half health now. And he's starting to charge something. He's starting to, like, cast something new. It's not like his Mega Flare charge. It's something different. And
okay.
If you do this challenge for the first time, you're like, oh, I'm just, it's just the regular fights with, like, end game stats back to back. But this fight actually has a surprise because he doesn't do this in his normal fight. Bahamut just summons Ifrit.
Yeah, because
well,
why
that's
not?
nice.
If the summon can summon a summon.
Honestly, if you are getting your butt kicked, it's helpful to be able to summon somebody else.
Yeah, do a Thundaga. Well, we don't have anything else to do. So this fight can go a lot better than this. It's a crap and shoot if I can get him before he summons Ifrit. But we got to see Ifrit, so that's nice. I'm also not gonna stagger Bahamut in the situation. Sometimes I manage to stagger him, but sometimes like the damage I do goes over okay, he's dead. It's a bit weird how it works. Anyway, we're fine. Cloud has the fire materia linked to an elemental materia on his armor. That means he absorbs fire magic and heals from it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So fire magic doesn't do anything. Ifrit is a trap in this challenge. You might think, oh, Ifrit is here now, I have to focus on him. No, just ignore Ifrit. Keep him for later.
Yeah, because if you focus on Ifrit, and I will tell you from experience, if you focus on Ifrit, you will get Mega Flare.
Yeah, you will. The Bahamut will have time to cast Mega Flare, and you will be dead.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, most of the time when you are, yeah.
So we're just gonna. This is completely unnecessary, but I like to show off Infinity's End, which is Cloud's hardest hitting attack, and it hits harder if the enemy is staggered, and it looks very cool.
This one's for you.
Yeah.
If you do the combo of True Strike to increase the percent damage, this ability can very, very easily go above like the damage cap of 99999. So this is the final boss of this challenge, the Pride and Joy prototype, a boss that in the original doesn't show up until like very late in the game. So, as always, we're gonna do haste on everyone. We're gonna do fleeting familiar with Aerith, and doesn't matter if my allies get hit by the beam cannon. Don't really care. I'm gonna build up a TB with Tifa, and I'm gonna do the machine gun. Stop shooting me. So now he's on the ground because I hit him so hard. Like he stumbled down, and when he does that, all his limbs become targetable. So I'm just gonna target one and keep focusing on that one. And by doing that, like Aerith does a lot of damage to that limb, and it causes him to just stumble down again. Like you can basically stun lock him by doing this.
You ready?
Yeah.
And there's literally nothing he can do.
You ready? Big shot. Too bright. I'm not shocking. You ready?
I'm ready.
Isn't this shocking?
It's an electrifying watch.
He's dead. So ironically, this boss
Wow.
the easiest one of the bunch. I guess Shiva might be easier.
Love that.
Is that it?
This boss, they brought it back in the Yuffie DLC for this game. It's also the final challenge boss, and they actually changed his mechanic. You can no longer do this with Yuffie. He's actually hard in that challenge. So do we have like some time left?
I think you're at 26 minutes right now.
Okay. Do you want? This will not take very long. Do you want to see Vice
let's
the
do it.
Immaculate?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So I think that one more would be fine. I accidentally put an estimate as an hour, but no, it's less than that.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead and do your thing.
The Vice the Immaculate is a character, is the final boss of Dirge of Cerberus, and they just put him in this game as like a bonus boss.
Yeah, why not?
When they released the DLC, because why not? Fighting Vice is kind of like fighting Dante from Devil May Cry. So as always, we're gonna cast Haste. Aerith is gonna cast her Fleeting Familiar to buff up. And Tifa is basically gonna avoid Vice because you cannot really attack him. If you attack him, he's just gonna counter-attack. You have to dodge an attack, and then he gets pressured when he whiffs. Stab. Ugh, damn it. I really want him to do stab again because there's a very fun thing with stab. I have to power up Tifa.
You ready?
You're not gonna do stab again, just to
just to spite you on stream.
Just to spite me, yeah, on stream.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Wow,
he just
what
doesn't
a
do it
jerk.
the whole fight. It's weird. He likes the other two better.
Oh, there we go.
So the thing about stab is that if you dodge towards him, your character will do like a little flip above his head, which is very fun.
Aw, that's cute. I like it.
There's only 2 characters that this works on for some reason. It's weird. It works on Vice, and this is a mechanic against Reno, and I had no idea this existed until like I saw it on an LP, because it literally never comes up in any other fight. It's just these 2.
Does that increase pressure when you do that? Or does it have any special thing with it?
It's the same as avoiding his other attacks. It just puts him in pressure.
Okay.
So, right, I'm gonna have something I didn't mention. He's resistant to nothing, actually. He's resistant to magic when he's not staggered.
Ah.
Being staggered removes his magic resistance. But still, I'm gonna have Aerith cast Ray of Judgment, because that's the one non-Tifa attack that increases the stagger damage bonus. And Tifa is going to do her usual combo. Cloud is going to do Infinity's End. The triangle moves. So now he's under half health. He changes phase. He gets a gun.
Not a gun, no!
I'll take care of them.
So with Aerith, we're gonna put on the ground an arcane ward. This is like a magic circle. Whoever of my party is in this magic circle and casts an attack spell will cast it twice.
It's your turn.
Taking over.
In this second phase, he becomes invulnerable to physical attacks, so we have to use magic. I'm still like gonna hit him like a bunch just to like build up my my ATB. Cloud is in danger, so I need to heal him. But I'm still gonna do this so like Aerith gets a lot of magic cast.
Yeah, she'll be doing the lightning, and since she's standing in the circle, she's doing it twice, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep her in a circle, but sometimes it's not. Like the AI doesn't really try to do it, but Cloud also has spells that I'm gonna cast in the circle. Vice has this rejuvenation move, which makes his stagger bar decrease. He's removing his stagger buildup. I don't care because I'm gonna kill him way before I stagger him on this phase.
You ready?
And Cloud has ATB, so I'm just gonna put him in the circle and cast PaulineRagny. Because I'm kind of afraid Blizzaga will not hit. He moves too much.
Come on.
Aerith has some ATB, so while I recover with Tifa, she's just gonna use it to cast some Thunder. And she still has some more, so go ahead.
Yeah!
And he's dead. Defeated.
Take that!
We did it!
Yes! It's over! See, the music even says so.
And those are the hardest challenge in the game. Destroyed.
Yeah, you made it look very easy.
I made it look very. To be honest, like the synergy materia combo, you can use it as soon as you get that materia, which is like halfway through the game, and it just makes the game kind of trivial. I don't really recommend. I don't recommend playing that way for like a casual playthrough because it takes away all the challenge.
I mean, that's fair. It's I do think that there is something to be said about playing without some of the things that you know are broken. You know, it's
it's very funny to see the hardest challenge in the game destroyed with that. But
yeah, I've never thought about using it like that.
I don't think the devs either. That's fair. The thing I think is if they want to keep that materia in the sequel, they need to put a cooldown on it. Like, because having it cost something made it useless, but making it cost nothing is too powerful. So make me like put a 10-second cooldown or a 15-second cooldown so it's not like constant magic cast.
Yeah,
Something like
it
that.
is amazing. That combo just pumps out so much damage. It's really cool to see. At the same time, you know, I think that it's completely fine to have combinations in a game that if you know the game well enough, you can use them and just destroy certain areas. So I would say, devs, you can choose one way or the other, and I will love you either way.
Yeah, I mean, I love this game. I think it's very fun. I am very much looking forward to the sequel in however long it takes to release.
Yeah, don't do crunch time. Just work on it and get a good game out. Yeah. Seriously though, this was a lot of fun. Pauline, I know you do a lot of Final Fantasy 14. Are there other games that you're streaming these days that people should go and check you out for?
I haven't streamed all of January. I've been taking a little bit of a break. I don't know when I'll resume, but I was thinking of doing Tales of Berseria with a friend. Because I want to show her the story, but that completely depends on if the friend is available, which is not a guarantee.
That's fair enough. Yeah, and there's no pressure. People who are on this show can be full-time streamers or no-time streamers. We just love to have people here. So thank you so much. This was an absolute joy to see this game. And honestly, I haven't done these challenges myself. I need to do them sometime. I need to actually finish the remake sometime.
Cloud is very tired from taking so many hits from Bahamut.
Let me see.
Can you blame him? I mean,
I always blame him
he's
every time.
Probably
Look at him.
sore. Like he needs to go take a couple of aspirin and go like lay on a heating pad for a while, and then he'll be fine.
One time I looked at like the world record for this challenge that I just showed, and you literally cannot tell what's happening because they go so fast the boss is dead in like 2 seconds.
That's amazing.
I suspect what they do is that they grind magic up materias for every character. So like they need to grind 4 magic up materias for
that would take so
each
long.
character so that they're all at like maximum magic stat, and then they just throw out the best spells and it just instantly annihilates all the bosses.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't think that would be fun for me though.
No, that wouldn't be very fun to watch. So, and I didn't really want to grind, so I just went with this strategy, which I think is very fun to watch.
Honestly, it's a great one, and having like a little bit limited, like limits make you creative, and I love it. Yeah. Well, sweet, thank you, Pauline. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Take care, and hopefully we see you back soon.
Sure. I mean, I'll try to think of what else to submit. Maybe I'll submit the Yuffie hardest challenge.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
You know what? I don't own Intergrade. I'd love to watch it.
Yeah, Yuffie is very fun. She has like some super cool mechanics of her own.
I would be interested in seeing that. Yeah. All right. Go to. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye, friend.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, everybody, we're on to our final game of the night. Now, I want to remind you, type !DMUB in Twitch chat, or if you're watching this later, you can head over to the Discord and do the same. The Discord, Kusagrande Discord, discord.gg/Kusagrande. And you will get both a list of the previous games that we have had, as well as a link to sign up if you would like. Honestly, we have new and old streamers. We have people who stream all the time. We have people who don't stream at all. We have showcases, high score attempts. Basically, all we want to do is see what you're playing, have fun, and as long as we're not bored, just keep watching what you've got. Now, Corndan, let's go over to the Red Room for the last game of the night.
Red Room.
Ah, scary. Hello there.
Hello,
yeah, I hear ya. It sounds like you're loud and clear. Feel free to start up the game whenever you want and start streaming it. But yeah, how are you doing? I actually don't think you've played on Don't Make Us Bored before, have you?
Itching's been on before.
I have, last year with Basket Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't stream for like 10 months, so I didn't have anything else to submit since then.
I mean, you know, welcome to streaming. This is how things go.
Streaming to 0 viewers is hard to do.
Oh, the grind. I remember the sub 10 days. Yeah. And honestly, yeah. I don't remember what I was going to say, Corndan.
I mean, I just started taking the thing when I was like, oh, I'm going to go for affiliate or whatever. I just started streaming every time I was going to play something, whatever it was.
Yeah, and like, honestly, it can be very demotivational to have that 100%. Happen, to stream and not have anybody show up. So self-care is good. Take a little bit of a breather, you know, and mostly get to a point where you can just sort of enjoy games, is what I would say. With that said, yeah.
I've got an image to put in the chat for the lore of this game. It has an NES-style manual built into it.
Ooh.
And just a heads up, I will not be able to speak much in the back half of this run because it takes a lot of concentration.
Okay.
And also there is a small flashing warning. During storm levels, there's lightning that flashes, so be aware of that.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and put that in our title. Flashing warning during storms. There we go. And this is next jump. Shmup tactics. I don't know what tactics we've got, but yeah, feel free to post that in the Twitch chat if you would like. So that people can see the manual. I'll probably open it up a little bit on my side. And don't worry, if you need it, just let us know when you have to focus. And as long as we're fine, like, talking and joking on our end, then cool. And if not, you can tell us to shut up too.
Oops, that's not how I would do it. I just uploaded it from my computer.
Okay,
so there's no easy way for me to put it in chat. I don't have it like on Imgur or anything.
Let me see. What does that do? Nope. Well, too bad, chat. You can look it up. Actually, maybe I can look it up. So
this game
what
is on
is
Steam.
this gum? Yeah, this gum.
So this game's on Steam. It's on sale right now for $1.69, and it is a turn-based shoot 'em up. And when I saw that in the description, I knew I wanted to stream it. So instead of doing things in real time, you're going to take actions. Each action takes 1 energy. Once you run out of energy, the next turn starts. But you can also pick up energy from downed enemies, which means you can make really long combos. This game is small dev team, small budget in this game, so it's not very well balanced. There's 7 ships, only 1 of them is good.
That happens sometimes.
Okay, and I think I found a link to the manual, so people can open that up if they would like.
Don't make us bored doesn't fit, so don't make us bore.
Well,
good.
Yeah. So I don't want to be pigs.
Time starts when I hit aye sir or acknowledged on this upcoming menu.
Okay.
And it ends when I defeat the dragon at the end. Since I'm the only person who speedruns this, I'm the authority, and I've said that normal 1 dragon is the any percent run. I've chosen the dagger as my ship. The dagger is fast and light and has an attack that costs 1 energy and does 2 damage, and that's why it's the best. So I'm gonna get started here in 3, 2, 1, go. First step is to jump 2 spaces because that's enough to get the first upgrades. And so in the game, you can move on top of enemies without getting hurt. And if you do that, the energy they drop, you will always be in range to pick it up immediately, which means you can then take another action. Even if you pick up energy, if you run out of energy from doing so, your turn will end. And each level ends after 3 turns. So this is a blue bullet, which means it only drains my energy, which means it's safe to be hit by if I decide that that would be useful. I want to pick up as much scrap as possible in these early levels because I need to get some essential upgrades. This first thing will give me an extra 1,000 scrap, so I'll be able to purchase an extra battery and an extra armor. And so now I have 4 battery. That makes it much easier to do the big combos, which just let me fly all around the screen. Okay. And doing so means I can clear things out and stay safe while doing so. Other ships have a much harder time at this, which is why this is the good one.
Okay. So are all the layouts of these stages different? Like, are they randomized?
Yeah, they're randomly generated. This is nominally a roguelike. Realistically, there's very little difference in between runs aside from the minutia of what spawns. Because your main weapon is your best one, you can pick up additional ones later, and I will be getting 1 such weapon at some point. Because what I guess would be the thing the dagger is balanced around is he's really terrible at fighting the final boss.
Okay.
The final boss you want to keep your distance from or burst it down, and this can do neither. But if I pick up a poison weapon, poison is blatantly overpowered and will shred the final boss. In some instances, in a single hit, if I get the missile or the mines.
Honestly,
go ahead.
I'm just thinking with the tactics game, usually it focuses on like paying attention to everything that's going around, you know, planning things ahead of time. And here you have to do all that like live. You've got an idea for a build that you're going for, but at the same time there's a lot of reaction to the various enemies that are on screen since they all appear to have different attack patterns. The lasers that are still flying around, you could easily move into them on accident. Which I don't think I've seen you do yet, but it's...
Not yet. Aside from one on purpose that I knew was safe.
Aha, yeah.
So I will point out while we're moving to the next area, this game is on Steam for $1.69.
Yeah, that's 13 cents squared.
True.
There in that shop I picked up my first of 3 important shop upgrades that are random. I'm gonna need a poison weapon, a shield, and ideally an extra battery. An extra battery only spawns in some weapon shops. Every ship can be upgraded to 4 battery, 4 engine, and 4 hull, but then the extra battery can take you to 5, 6, or even 7. The shield, on the other hand, is incredibly useful for making late game areas go really quickly, because since every level ends after 3 turns, ideally, you just want to make the stage safe and then pass turn as much as you can. And the shield lets you do that much more safely. So these purple mines here are both your best friend and your worst enemy, because poison rips you apart in this game. If you die in this game, it is almost always because of poison, since it'll do an extra point of damage on top of whatever you already took, and your health maxes out at 4, so 1 point of damage is a lot.
That is, yeah.
And the shield, although it'll protect you from the damage, it won't protect you from the poison proc.
I'm usually a huge fan of using poison when I play games. If there's any way for me to deal poison to an enemy, I'm like, ha 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 ha. I loved... What was it? Like, games that have poison. You know, those ones. Freaking, what am I, Slay the Spider. I almost said Slay the Spider, because that's what we call it at home. Slay the Spider. Gotta go find the spider and then slay it.
Yeah. So that buzzsaw enemy that I just killed is one of the most common reasons that I lose a run. They can take one more move after you've started your turn, after your first movement, and if they run into you, they hurt you, whereas most things you can just run into safely. And that's where poison really helps. Things were trying to run into me, and the poison just took care of it for me. But I will say, if I run into a poison mine at not full health, it is instant death.
Ooh, not good.
Okay, here. One of the many advantages of the dagger is that it is smaller. Every ship has a different sized hitbox, and sufficiently small ships can get right next to bullets without getting hit by them. And that means that attacks that happen on the meridian, sort of on these vertical lines, literally cannot hit me unless I run into them.
Yeah.
Whereas something like the hammer, which is already a terrible ship, has no such advantage. It takes up the whole square.
Does the angle of the bullet matter, or is it just where it is on the grid?
Where it is on the grid. How it's angled mostly matters in that it'll show you how it's going to move next turn.
That makes sense, yeah.
So being able to speedrun this well is all about being able to identify where is dangerous, what enemies are dangerous, and knowing sort of implicitly what they'll do if they have fuel. If they have fuel, they'll continue to act during your turn for a certain amount of time. Like that enemy shot after the turn started, but he was blue, which means he's EMP, which means he doesn't deal direct damage, only damage to my battery, which I'm usually not that concerned about. These bigger bullets will deal 2 damage, and the purple ones are poison, so then they'll deal another damage, and you can see how you can die super quickly.
Oh, yeah.
That is ideal. Okay, I don't have a poison weapon yet, but I have the energy and the shield, so I have 5 energy now.
So, honestly, at this point, you know, things are moving pretty quickly. Each fight, since it's only lasts 3 rounds, it seems like, in theory, you could get away with just, like, dodging everything. But yes. I assume you have boss battles coming up that are going to require you to have decent equipment.
Yeah, there's one boss at the end, that's the dragon. The big issue is if you leave enemies to their own devices, some of them will flood the screen with so much stuff that it's not reasonable to dodge them. like what's kind of going on right now.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
One big advantage you get is that scrap that gets dropped will delete bullets, but it won't stop my slash. That's another reason why the dagger is so good. If you're playing the base class, the ballista, you have to worry about scrap getting in the way. The dagger has no such issues. There's a map that has asteroids flying around, and those will stop shots. They won't stop the ballista, or they won't stop the dagger.
Well, that's good.
Yes. Oh, that's perfect. That is the best poison weapon there is. If I get a certain version of the final boss, I can literally one-shot it. I can kill it with a single keystroke.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
so
amazing.
Here's hoping we get the center dragon. There's 3 forms the final boss can take: center, top, and all over the place. If he's in the top, he'll sort of scoot around the top, left and right, and cause trouble. If he's in the center, he stays in the center and does the most bullets possible. But if he's all over the type, he'll sort of teleport around and shoot lasers. And if I get the center one, I can literally start the fight, hit the X key, and he will die instantly. Because the missile hits... I don't know how many times the missile hits, but it's enough to apparently deal 12 damage, despite its stated damage only being 2.
Well, then it clearly hits at least 4 times.
I dare say it might even hit 6, but some of the damage might be poison, so it might be dealing 2 damage plus 1 poison 4 times. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I do know that it kills the boss instantly, though.
I mean, that works. Knowing how your game that you speedrun works isn't as important as knowing that it works.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sit behind this poison mine and just start passing the turn. Ooh, that was really scary. This is a windy level, which means that after every turn I'll get pushed around one, and it wanted to push me up, which would put me in the poison cloud, which would have really hurt.
That'd have been bad.
Although this game is turn-based, it kind of isn't at times. If the game is trying to do something, but you make an action first, it'll prioritize your action. So I was able to end my turn and then move down during the next turn, and then I got pushed, even though that should have happened first.
Well, good. Ah.
Okay, so now is when I need to really start concentrating, so now would be a great time to read the lore.
I was gonna say read donations. Okay, donations. I don't have any. Yeah, essentially a long time ago. Let me zoom in a little bit so I can see this better. The 4 planets were divided. Each had its own population: elves, dwarves, humans, and orcs, fighting an endless war. But one day we discovered the elixir. And then there was peace. But not for long. Out of nowhere, the dragons came, bringing words of friendship and tales of sorrow, but sordid intentions. The dwarves were the first to realize the truth. The dragons were addicts. War ensued. Blood was spilled. The dragons ran away with most of our stocks of elixir. We lost. Now we are the few that remain, the Alliance. All we have is a couple of ships, scraps, and you. Welcome to the Bastards Federation. So essentially, what we're doing is going and trying to get the elixir back.
Yeah, the elixir is very patently alcohol. It's just booze. And
booze,
if you die, it's mentioned that the pilot is blitzed.
Oh, that's pretty amazing. Yeah. Our mission is very simple. The dragons are fleeing with all our elixir supply. Stop them. We have an advantage. We are faster. Our engines are capable of doing juxtaposition, ultra movement positioning, or jumps, as we call it. That is such an old video game trope, having like an acronym with stupid complicated words that just like means jump.
Yeah.
It will not be easy, as the dragon drones can invade our jumps, attacking us inside the jump points. These drones are stupid and always act by following preset patterns, but too many drones within the jump can be certain death. To enable this mission, our entire economic system has been converted to use scrap as currency. Destroy the enemy drones and collect all scrap left by them. When landing a jump in one of our stations, use this scrap to improve your ship and buy or install new weapons and accessories. But keep your eyes open. Each jump lasts only 3 turns, and when these 3 turns end, another jump is started instantly, and all the scrap in that jump point is left behind. So, yep, it pretty much tells exactly how things go. The ship designs are actually pretty cool. I like the ones that look hammer-shaped. Those are nifty. So, you're playing, what is the ship style that you have?
Dagger. This is the dagger.
Well,
it's one of the ones you unlock by doing SOS things.
Oh yeah, here's what it says. Fragile and lethal as its creators, the dagger is a craft created by humans to be extremely deadly up close. Its main weapon is a concentrated short power strike, which unlike other ships, doesn't cause recoil. Uh-oh. There's recoil?
Oh yeah, I completely neglected to mention that.
Well then.
Most ships will move backwards one after firing. And that is another thing that the dagger just doesn't have to deal with.
That's fun. Yeah. The most fragile point is in the middle, between the wings, having the smallest collision area of all ships. It's also the most fragile of them. I like that. You're essentially glass cannon here.
Yeah. I mean, look at it. It's all engine.
Yeah.
Take these turns very carefully.
Oh my gosh, you're like a pod racer. Yeah, the zero hull, that is a little...
I didn't see it.
Oh no, he gotcha!
I was so close to the end too. And it's a roguelike, so that's the end of the game.
So,
if you want me to try again, I can, since I'm the last run, but otherwise that's the end of the run.
What do you think, Corndan?
Up to you.
Up to me?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Fine, one more.
Okay, one more.
Yeah. I think Justin's busy making dinner, so I can hide up here for a little longer.
What's for dinner?
I have no idea. I made pizza last night, though.
Oh yeah? Homemade pizza?
Yeah? Well, duh, I'm not gonna make Little Caesars pizza. That doesn't even make any sense.
It could be DiGiorno, right? And you're making pizza. It could just be you threw it in the oven.
No, I would call that I cooked a pizza. I wouldn't say I'm making pizza. That's wrong.
Look, I made a pizza on Sunday, so it's not anything special.
It is. Pizza is always special, Corndan. What are you talking about?
What kind of pizza did you make?
It had pepperoni and Canadian bacon and a bunch of cheese.
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
And it had marinara. I mean, or pizza sauce. It was pizza.
I mean, I made Italian sausage on Sunday. It was good.
Okay. I dig. Breakfast sausage has no place on a pizza.
You know what? Look, breakfast sausage has a place on a pizza, but it's a special pizza, right?
Actually, so yeah, the more that I think about it.
Instead of, right, you know, your tomato sauce, right, you do like the gravy from biscuits and gravy, right, with breakfast sausage. You scramble up, you know, and cheese, and you cook that, and then you throw your eggs on top afterwards.
Actually, yeah, the more that we talk about this, the more that I think this is a great idea.
I can tell you it's a great idea. Right, and you can add Canadian bacon if you want, or real bacon if you want, like whatever like breakfast like meat you like.
Yeah, what's weird is that like out of all the meal flavors that are out there, like American breakfast is one of my less favorite ones, but I would totally eat it. I would still like I would be giving it a shot for sure.
All right, Itching, how do you feel about American breakfast?
American breakfast is all right. I don't feel strongly about it.
I just there's something about I don't know what it is about breakfast sausage that like I don't love the taste.
It's the sage.
Really?
Generally, you know, for almost anybody I've heard, like, I don't like the taste of breakfast sausage. If you don't like breakfast sausage, but you do like Italian sausage,
yeah,
it's usually the sage that's in the breakfast sausage.
That's good to know. I always thought that,
it's not
like,
always right, but
okay.
Here, how do you feel about Thanksgiving stuffing?
It's pretty good. Actually, I love stuffing. It's so good.
I mean, because a lot of that has sage in it too, right? So if you were like, "Yup, nope, don't like that either."
Now, like, just thinking out loud here, I always thought that it might have been like the maple flavor for the sausage, but no. I do.
The poison bullet.
The poison!
Oh, no.
Well, that is 20 minutes. I have a feeling we've got a special sound effect I'm going to play on the stream right now. Oh, it's happening! Oh, you didn't get to hear it yourself, but that is a gong! You've been gonged! Well,
that's the rub when it comes to roguelike speedruns. Sometimes they just don't turn out.
Right? Sometimes the game decides you don't win.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think that means that they shouldn't be played and that they shouldn't be here, because I love to watch roguelike games, but every once in a while, the game wins, and that's what happened this time. I love that, like, the Daydreamin' Davy song decided to pop up, like, after this. Just, it feels like it's rubbing it in my face right now. But this is a really cool game, and it's only $169.
Yep, and notably, if you got, I don't remember which it was, the Justice for Racial Equality or the Palestine Aid bundle from itch.io a couple years ago, this was part of it. Because that's what I do on my stream. I play through all those games.
Oh, I already have those.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you definitely already have this somewhere.
Well, in that case, it doesn't hurt to spend another little money on it, because these devs are pretty cool. But that's great to know that, like, I could go and play this right now because I already own it. Yeah, someone in chat is saying that you did a fantastic showcase of that. Yeah, Wing Sentinel, I'm glad that you really enjoyed it. I'm going to play this. I think that this is great. Yeah,
I stream these. I now have a consistent schedule. I stream on YouTube now at ItchingForNewGames. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day except for Saturdays. I usually stream for about 2 hours. The game for tomorrow is Oh My, Oh No, My Rabbits Are Gone.
What happened to the rabbits?
No, my rabbits are gone?
Yep. It seems to be a sort of a collection-focused Metroidvania where you go around and look for your rabbits.
Okay, I think it's oh geez, oh no, my rabbits are gone.
Oh, that's it, right.
Sorry, I had to
either
correct.
way.
Okay,
why are your rabbits gone?
I don't know. I only look into games a tiny little bit to make sure that they're like games and not, just a 20-minute game jam, although I do get those sometimes.
By the way, there are 100 rabbits.
That's a lot of rabbits.
That's a lot of rabbits. They got scared. That's what. I won't tell you what scared them, though, okay? That is for you to discover. But yeah, you have to go get all your rabbits. That's amazing. Okay, well, thank you so much. And Corndan, thank you for being here whenever we have Don't Make Us Bored. I just am so glad that we've had this show going for so long. We're getting really close to the 100th episode as well. That's gonna be fun, I think. Maybe it'll be fun. I don't know.
Hopefully it'll be fun.
Yeah, if it's not fun, then dang. that said, you stream over on YouTube, so if you want to check out Itching Stream, go over there. Again, ItchingForNewGames is his username, so feel free to go check that out. For now, though, I think we are done for the night. I will be back tomorrow with Kusa Grande, though.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So yeah, tomorrow, Kusa Grande. Thursday, I've got a mystery tournament match a little bit earlier in the day. I'll let people know on Twitter and Discord. And obviously, Friday, we've got the grudge match over on Games Done Quick. So that is what we're looking at so far. But for now, oh my gosh. Skybills is playing Hades. I think this might be her first time playing Hades.
Hades is great.
It's a roguelite.
Go buy Hades, guys. It's really good.
Yeah, Justin finally started playing it, Corndan. He loves it. He's gonna make me play Tunic as well, and I'm really excited for that. Oh, Lerny got vanquished. Good.
I like Tunic, but I have issues with it.
Yeah, that's fair. He got so far in it that like there were all of these very intense puzzles. He's like, he's got a full notebook full of notes at this point, Corndan. Like,
I believe it
really hit the right note for him.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
So I'll give it a shot. I might as well. Okay, let's go watch Hades. We're gonna say Lerny vanquished. Okay, everybody go celebrate Lerny's vanquishing thing. Okay, see everybody. Bye, Corndan.
Bye.